Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to episode 47 of the Snarp Fangle Podcast. I'm your host, Jake Metzger, your friendly neighborhood cloister, along with quite the Snarp Fangle crew today. I'm excited. First, we have the most harshest of critics of the 2014 classic Maleficent. Ladies and gents, Chelsea Metzger.
I thought you were talking about Frankie.
No, I don't know.
Wait,
I don't know his opinion on Maleficent from 2014, but I know you hate that.
You don't remember
movie.
that episode?
With a passion. We'll also mention Maleficent later on in the podcast.
We don't need to. We already have you can go listen to the episode right now if you go to snarpfanglepod.youtube.com.
Snarp Fangle Podcast. Our second in line is someone whose movie of the year was most likely Borderlands. His love for that movie transcends time and space itself in the Snarp Fangle universe. Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie Nanez.
What's up?
How you doing?
You know, sometimes I tune your ramblings out. I don't know what they mean. You might as well be speaking Chinese to me.
All right.
Well,
Well,
you should know some Chinese by now.
I mean,
whoa, it's racist. He knows
First off,
Japanese. He knows Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, but you watch Chinese anime too.
Dongwo.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You do know
Yeah.
watch a lot of Chinese anime. Apparently, some of it's pretty dang good.
Some of it is really good.
Yeah, actually.
Some of it is really bad.
Really bad, yeah.
But some of it is really good.
And then we'll go to our third, but certainly not least, co-host of the evening. She is some chick who's got the touch, but is also somebody who might have that title taken away from her if Stan Bush isn't has anything to say about it. But by that definition, you could probably guess what her favorite film was of last year. Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide Metzger. Adelaide, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for...
I could be better.
Yeah. Yeah, you had what I had, or still was recovering from last week.
It's more like everybody's getting a different version of a bunch of different stuff. Because I definitely didn't have like what Thad and his family had. They had other different stuff.
If he had what I had,
something
I'm
different.
surprised they went on vacation like the week
Yeah, they
after.
did.
I was like,
They weren't going to
"Dang,
waste that vacation.
That guy's a beast. He keeps going.
I doubt his job would let him reschedule. All that
And
matters.
he's a pastor. He's a pretty busy.
All
guy.
that matters is I'm here.
Yeah. Well, good. To
All
have
that
you here.
matters is you're
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else.
None of the films we're going to talk about. None of that. Not the year. Just that Adelaide's here. So, well, we're glad to have you, Adelaide. Thank you for making time. For all of you guys, appreciate you. For comments and hate mail and why you'd prefer the YouTuber Fall from Grace Randolph compared to Shill Stuckman, send them our way via snarpfanglepod at gmail.com. Guys, I am so happy to have you here, and I want to thank you for making some time for this, because we're going to go through the year's slate of film releases from the year 2025. I've gathered you here to take a gander at what's released in the year of our Lord 2025. We'll hop from January all the way down to December to see what Hollywood is planning on sending out to the public. We're going to take a look at a wonderful list compiled at firstshowing.net, and I've picked about 4-ish per month to go through. And if you guys want to talk about anything else that stands out to you in that list on that website, or if you in the audience want to follow along, go for it. Firstshowing.net, Alex Billington is the guy's name who made it. He's had the website up for, I think, the last 20-something years. Or it's like 19, 20 years-ish. But I always go to him for movie news back in the day, like especially when the MCU was first hopping off. And he always had a wonderful comprehensive list of movie releases in a good form. And when you look at the title, you can go to, it'll have either a link to his article about it or the IMDb listing. So
I mean, you go to the website and, you know, they have like tabs like home and other. Well, they right there, they got like, 2025 schedule. They know people are up to date.
And there's even some in 2026, which we might get to, but probably not.
Well,
We're just looking
it's probably
2025.
likely just announced stuff.
Yeah, just announce stuff. And that's another preface. Like, as we go through this, there's a lot I'm looking at where I'm like, they're probably going to delay some into next year. Mickey 17, which is John, what's his name?
Bon Joon.
Bon Joon. I have it written here. But anyway, the guy who did Snowpiercer, his new film with Robert Pattinson has been rearranged like 3 times in the last month. And Parasite, yes. Yeah. So let's just start with January. So I have the 3 Man movies that are coming out in January. I'm going to start with Better Man, which is a musical movie from the director of The Greatest Showman. And it stars this British singer called Robbie Williams, which I've never heard of. And it's apparently a musical about his life. But the kicker of this is he's a CGI ape.
Yeah, he's a chimp.
So he's a chimp. I don't.
I saw that and I was
don't know.
like, this is like the next Planet of the Apes. It looks great. This is the next step in ape evolution. They join modern society.
Yeah, you and me at Chelsea were talking about this film before we started, and I'm like, this is... The clip you showed me was pretty cool. But
If you've seen The Greatest Showman, like...
It looks a
the
lot
core.
like that,
I saw
actually.
one clip they released for this, and they knew exactly which clip to release. It's one of the songs. The choreography is so good in that minute and 13 seconds. And it's so quick, but you just want to watch it over and over again. And that's probably how the whole movie's going to be.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
And he asked him, fun story, by the way. Sorry, Frankie.
No, you're fine.
You're spoiling it.
No. So the director came to Robbie and he said, if you could be any animal, what would you want to be? Because he gave him the choice. And they kind of talked over it a little bit. He's like, I always saw myself as like a chimp because my ears were always really big, you know. And he's like, I was kind of like a monkey, you know, and stuff. And I'm like, well, it's, you know, they already have the maps for all those done for like all the endless ape movies with, you know, it's easy because humans and apes are similar.
We have the technology.
Yeah, and so that was how that happened. I was like, what would he look like if he wanted to be like a horse or something? Like that's what I was
It'd
wondering.
be literally live action BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That
was
would
thinking
be
more like Beastars,
ugly. That would
but-
probably be ugly.
Oh man.
Okay, you guys are going to learn at some point tonight. I can't stand musicals.
Okay.
What?
Greatest Showman
But
is
you like
actually really
rom-coms?
good.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, and my guilty pleasure is rom-coms.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a rom-com.
You don't even like some of the classics like Wizard of Oz or something like that?
I mean, everybody likes Wizard of Oz. But
Not
Everybody has been forced to watch it as a child.
yeah, it's really bad. Like Into the Woods, I know I'm derailing from your list.
That's okay.
The trailers never showed it as a musical, and so I didn't go see it at the movie theater.
Right, they didn't.
I don't remember.
I bought it. I was so
Okay,
mad.
that was a really bad one to start with. I hated that one.
I was so
I love
mad.
the musical, but the movie just sucked.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, Frankie, even people who like the Broadway version of that musical do not like that movie.
Yeah. It was complete letdown because I didn't even know. But I genuinely, in most cases, cannot stand musicals. Like I refuse to watch Les Miserables with Russell
Where every
Crowe.
single
Don't
word is
recommend
a
it.
musical.
Yeah. It has good actors. I'm sure it's good acting, but I can't stand that it's a musical, especially when you see the old one with Liam Neeson in it.
So the first time we ever saw the musical was the Chico Theater Company. We've always watched like the live anniversary version, but there was no stage play. It was just them singing. It's an anniversary celebration, so they're just singing like the best songs. And we went to see the Chico Theater Company, and I did not know like the story totally. And the people, like small local theaters, they just give it their
They went for
all.
it,
They
yeah.
love what they
Wow.
do.
Huh.
I was like sucked in, and I was looking at Adelaide like reacting to all of it, like what?
Well, it was a junior
good.
production, so they had gotten kids that were in theater programs around Chico. They were mostly teenagers. I think there
It was like
two that
well,
were.
no, there was also like the usuals that.
Well,
that work
yeah,
in
but
stuff.
it was a junior production,
Really?
and
Huh.
we were like, "How good can this be?" And they had the whole audience
It
crying.
was amazing.
They did a great job.
And that totally changes when you see something live. It's totally different,
Well,
whether it's a concert or
also
yeah. It was really
fans of Les Miserables do not like the
that
Tom
movie.
Hooper
I
movie.
mean,
Yeah.
I did.
So these are not good choices, Frankie. You got to make better choices.
Gotta make
Do
better
better.
choices.
I didn't
Make
know it
good
was a
choices.
musical, and then I bought it and found out it
That's
was a musical,
fair.
and I was
Yeah.
so mad about it. It was just I have
was an insult.
literally, I only got maybe 20 minutes in, and I have never watched it all the way through. I'm still mad that I
Honestly,
purchased that.
You did
it's
yourself
not worth it
a
because
favor.
James Corden is just a terrible human being
Oh,
in
it's
general. So he's never worth watching at all. So I understand where you're
His
coming
like
from.
there was like one moment though that was like my favorite part in the whole thing, but it was when he wasn't singing. And that's
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Anyway,
I'm excited.
you excited for
I'm
it?
excited for Better Man.
yeah.
And also the director was like, they said, why did you choose to make him an animal? Why go through all the expensive CGI and all that? And he said, otherwise it's just gonna get lost in that endless sea of biographies, like musical biographies of musicians or singers or whatever. He's like, doing this will make like people will be talking about it for a while. Like, oh yeah, the one with the monkey. And
The one
they'll
with the
go look at
monkey.
it. Yeah. So it was actually creatively a really
It does grab your
smart
eye.
idea.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's right. People are gonna pick it out of the giant pile of
Mm.
biographies of all the other
It's
musicians.
definitely like that feeling of when the kids are back in school this week, they'll be like, well, we have nothing this weekend. It's the first week of the year. This kind of looks cool. The guy
I
who
don't
did The
think it's
Greatest
gonna be
Showman,
for. It's not gonna
whatever.
be for kids.
It's not
I
gonna
don't
make
think.
money, but it
I
looks
feel like it's in the
interesting.
same vein as what's the one with the Beatles music?
Get Back?
No.
No.
Across the universe.
Oh, Yesterday.
Yeah, Across the
No,
Universe.
Yesterday.
No, Across the Universe.
Oh,
Oh,
I
they
don't
just
know
said
that
it.
one. I don't know that one.
That's
The
the
one
one
with
where
the
like they
Beatles?
have like the crazy trip scenes.
Yeah.
Ooh, I need to see this.
That was the
That
first
sounds
time I ever
interesting.
heard the Beatles, by the way.
Oh. All right.
And I fell in love with. I was like, I've been like robbed of this, like the Beatles.
I wonder how much further we could talk about Better Man. This is the first movie on this
Okay,
list.
we need to move on.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right,
Adelaide,
I
you
I
wanna
have
say
one more
anything?
I
confession.
told
what do
both of you.
What do you got?
My next confession is I'm looking at your list and I pretty much don't know about
You don't
any
know
of
how
these.
to, you don't have to know anything. I'll go
Yeah,
into
but
it.
I don't
You're
know
good.
about any of these movies until like April.
Yeah, like-
is
yeah.
when
Yeah.
I started knowing about movies. First off, Monster Hunter comes out next month, so that's been my
Yeah.
hyper focus. So
Correct. Yeah, I
You're
don't.
making a movie.
I
or
don't go to the
game?
films
next
all.
game?
I don't
no,
go
I
to the.
did watch the movie.
I don't go to
Oh,
cinema all the
okay.
time. I don't watch a whole lot of movies all the time. I just like I played mouthwashing instead of watching a movie the other night, and that game is so
Oh,
disturbing.
that looks really scary.
It looks cool.
Don't play it. I don't recommend it. It's not that
I
good.
haven't watched people.
I
People
watched
have
the watch
hyped that
game.
game up so much. I don't.
That's
recommend
because there's a lot of deeper stuff in
it.
there.
No, it's not that deep. It's not.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. and go into
Okay,
video
anyway, I
games.
derailed you. I
derailing
derailed your derail. But anyway, yeah, I get it. So, yes, Better Man looks interesting. The director of Greatest Showman is also tied apparently to do a live action Tangled with Disney, which sounds
I would watch it
terrible.
if he's doing it.
But if he's gonna do it,
yeah, if he's doing it, I'll watch it because I love Tangled.
Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Wolfman, January 17th. This is the chick who directed The Invisible Man.
He's a
Oh.
dude.
This is a chick.
Lee Winnell is a dude.
Lee Winnell's a chick. I've seen a
No,
picture. and
Jake. Lee Winnell is the guy in the Insidious movies with the glasses.
Okay, 1 second.
I was just saying, we
One
have to
second.
Google this.
Lee
It
Winnell
just says
is a
filmmaker
man.
Lee Winnell,
Look up,
Australian.
go to
Google him.
Images.
So Lee Winnell.
It is a dude.
I told
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's one of the Ghost Hunter guys.
Okay.
You don't.
No, he's
well, you didn't watch
besties with
Insidious.
So he did the Insidious. He's been in Insidious as a
He's
well,
one of the
director.
producers.
him and
Interesting.
what's his name?
Him
What's
and James Wan.
That's an
James
epic
Wan
fail
are
on your own
besties, and they've
podcast.
been doing
Dang.
movies since the Saw franchise.
So this
It's
is.
a chick.
So wait. I'm so confused. Is he directing this?
yeah, he's a
Yeah.
director.
Okay, so he's writing and directing this. He did The Invisible Man, and he's doing this, I believe.
He
Is
did.
that right?
Wait, which Insidious did he do? 3 and 4,
I don't remember.
and then the 5th one was directed by Patrick.
it was
Wilson.
Patrick Nielsen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm probably just straight up wrong because
Well, I
I'm-
know he is directing it, and that's the only thing that made me interested in it, and also the trailer for it. What an interesting twist and commentary to put on the Wolfman, because
Yeah.
the whole theme around that trailer is just like the tragedy of losing someone you love. And I mean,
Like
you
being
could
on the other end of a Wolfman. Like,
well,
like being
you could
related to
take it
them.
as Wolfman, but there could be so
Tragedy.
many different metaphors for it too. Knowing Lee Winnell,
Yeah, so
Just like the Insidious
he directed
movies.
Insidious Chapter 3, Upgrade, which is pretty cool,
I haven't
and
seen that
Invisible Man. So
The show on
For him,
Netflix.
no, it's a movie on Netflix, I think.
Is it on Netflix?
I'm
It's
pretty
about the guy
or
who
not
becomes a
Netflix,
robot.
Amazon Prime.
I think it's on Amazon. It's a movie. It's not a series.
Upgrade.
There's a series named Upgrade, but this is a movie named
Okay.
Upgrade. It's the one where like the guy has an AI installed into his brain and becomes the AI controls his whole body and he talks to it and he becomes like a superhuman and he fights like a robot.
I don't think
it's really
I
cool.
heard,
I've
yeah, I don't
never
think I've
seen that trailer.
So Lee Winnell, Wolfman looks
I
interesting.
need
The
to see
trailer
more,
looks
I
pretty
need
cool.
to see more trailer. I wasn't impressed with the trailer or teaser.
that Wolfman
Yeah.
costume better look good.
Oh man,
it's
also
gonna look like a guy in a costume.
it's
or
also
CG.
not A24. It's Blumhouse is doing it, so
Yeah.
it's got a
yeah,
chance.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's the producer of Blumhouse.
Yeah. All right, now the third man movie is Dog Man. I only included this because of you, Chelsea and Adelaide. Like, I don't care about this.
Oh,
Looks
you
like a fun
don't?
animated romp. Lil Ray Howie's gonna be the main like cop dude, and Pete Davidson's in it, I guess.
I want to
but,
say
eh.
is
It looks
Pete
like a
David-
fun
is
kids
Pete,
film.
Pete Davidson the dog.
No,
going,
he's a cat.
Oh, he's the cat. I thought Ricky Gervais
It
was
doesn't
the cat.
sound like him.
Just Pete David barking into a mic.
Yeah,
sounds
because
hilarious.
we really enjoyed the Captain Underpants movie.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if him and Ariana Grande were still dating when Wicked came out? That'd be so funny. He's like, I got a movie about I'm a dog in the next one I'm in.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, so Dog Man comes out.
I want to see it.
January
It
31st. The
looks
week
super
before
cute.
the 24th, an anime film called The Colors Within from Naoko Yamada, who did the film A Silent Voice. She's back to do her new film.
Heck yeah.
It's called
She's
The
a
Colors
KyoAni
Within. It's about a
director.
band or something. Looks interesting.
It's Studio Science Starro, I think, that's doing the animation for this one. And me and Lexa were watching the trailer, and like they go off model a lot, and they do like weird trippy style most of the time because Masaki Yuasa helmed the studio.
Okay.
He's a weird dude. But this is probably the most normal movie I've ever seen them do.
Okay.
Like legit or show because they've done lots of different anime. But it looks really cute. It's about them starting a band, and this little girl is trying to learn to connect. She has trouble understanding
I
emotions.
did
and
see that
stuff.
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
The
cute.
blonde with pigtails, she looks super cute.
Yeah. Well, speaking of looking cute, February rolls around and we get on February 7th, Love Hurts. This is from Jojo Yosubio, who's been a stuntman on many a project. We got John Wick and Black Panther all the way back to Blade 2 and Kung Pao of all things.
One?
And this is the film with
this
Q-Wei Kwan as the main character.
Ooh.
And this is like his big debut as a main character action film. It's really interesting. The screenplay was done by Matthew Murray and Josh Stoddard, who penned the Warrior series, Frankie. So this has a lot of
This
promise
is a Jackie
to it.
Chan role. And
This is,
Ki
yeah.
Kwan is playing in this role.
Yeah. And you
I
got
haven't seen anything.
I think
for
Stephanie.
I thought you did.
Stephanie
No, but
Su's
I
in
love
it.
Ki Kwan. I loved him in.
Because I thought
You
we
haven't
went to
seen the
see
trailer for
something.
this
'Cause
ad?
I've seen
This
the
is-
trailer like 3 times in the theater.
This
and
is
I
right
can't
up your
remember what
alley.
movies we saw it from.
Adelaide, this is right up your alley.
The trailers are
Really?
really
Yeah.
cheesy. There's
It's
a lot
him
of
as an
cheese.
action hero. Like it legit. He's a normal
he
guy.
was an action hero
and then he
in
becomes an action
Everything
hero
Everywhere All
in
at
the movie.
Once.
I know, but like this is him as the
Like
main
I love.
character.
Oh, okay.
No,
then
it's
I'm
like,
probably gonna like
he
it.
used to be a secret agent. Or no, he used to be an assassin. And he has a normal life. That's his past. And he's like a homemaker, like realtor. And he like bakes cookies for like the people in their houses he's trying to sell.
It's like you've watched this trailer before. 'Cause I
I
see
know.
you're watching it, and she's
I
like
was forced to watch
at
it
the
3
right
times. I know it's super
timestamp.
I've
cheesy,
never
but
seen the
he's super
trailer.
cute.
It looks really
too,
good.
So.
Not gonna lie, I will go see this in theaters. But
Really?
I'll go see it in theaters. But I might not see the next one, which is Captain America: Brave New World, releasing Valentine's Day, February 14th. The director is Julius Ona, and it's the next Captain America movie. We got Anthony Mackie as the Falcon, who's now Captain America, and Harrison Ford as Red Hulk.
Okay, does anybody
sounds
see
cool.
what he looks like? Harrison Ford?
Am I the only person tired of Marvel movies at this moment?
I
But have you
mean, I
seen
am
that?
tired of
It
Marvel,
looks
but
super weird the way they made his face on a giant
I'm
animated.
tired of them, but I'm selective still because I loved. I love Black
I
Panther.
gotta catch up on what.
And I love the Loki series. And then what was the other one that was really good?
Agatha just came out.
I haven't
I
seen
heard
that
good
yet.
things about that. Actually,
I was
which is
disappointed.
I'm just
surprising.
selective of them.
Well, that's not very promising.
Yeah, it looks cool, but I just this film has been in development hell like for
Yeah.
years. Like they've reshot this film like twice. Like this
And
has
they
no
started
very little hope
after,
for me. They started after COVID.
When did they start making this? Like,
This was after COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been pushed back like 3 or 4 times.
Harrison Ford looks super weird. That turned me off big time. I was like, ew.
I think
Like,
he's
when I
gonna
saw him-
deliver, but I don't have much faith in.
He doesn't
what
look
it's
like
gonna
Hulk.
be. I don't know. I haven't seen his face really.
Maybe
all
I don't know.
much,
Maybe they're not
you know?
animating him yet.
It's might as well
He
very
looks
well be.
weird.
Apparently, they did reshoots in December. Like that's how recent they've done.
That's a
reshoots.
bad sign.
And they
reshoots.
said this film was done back in like January of this year, and they've done 2 more reshoots after that. And it's like, dude,
Jeez, what the?
you guys need to figure this out. Like, if it's gonna be a turd, you can polish it as much as you want, but if it's still gonna be a turd, it's gonna be a turd. But there's some promising stuff in it, but it's a Marvel movie. We'll see. The next one is The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. I included this because this is a 2D animated flick that's going to be in theaters, which is very rare.
2025.
In 2025.
Well, I mean, okay, the colorful movie, the anime is 2D.
yeah,
But that's anime.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
It's
That's
more of
true.
an art form. It's weird that we consider that more of an acceptable art form than American 2D.
Yeah, it looks wacky. I've seen some clips of it.
It looks terrible, actually. I
terrible.
saw it right before you got here, Frankie. I watched the trailer, and I was going, what am I watching? And I was like, I'm like, this gives me the same feeling as when they announced like Tony Hawk Underground. And like how Tony Hawk was just like a sports game before, and then they tried to do like, I guess Tony Hawk had like, him and his buddies had reign of what they could do in the game. And it was like the most dude bro, grossest college like.
So this is the
hijinks
humor
ever.
you're having an issue with, or
That's what I feel like watching the trailer. I was like, this does not feel like Looney Tunes. This feels like something else with Looney Tunes characters in it. It's super gross. Like if you've seen the trailer.
I don't know. I haven't seen the whole trailer, but I've seen some clips and some concepts, and the fact that it's releasing is.
Do you ever do anything all the way through?
Oh, come on, dude. I finished Indiana Jones.
Did
you really?
I did.
All the
I
critic
have, I have,
needs to know.
I have to do some side quests and secret ending stuff, but I'm
the new one?
I rolled credits. Okay, I rolled credits.
The new one? Oh, I haven't got to.
I rolled credits on it. When did you finish stuff, Frankie? You didn't finish
I
Wukong?
don't claim to be a finisher of
Yeah,
things.
he doesn't say anything about
Neither
it.
do I.
I know, but
Now, I didn't finish all the way of Warrior, but I have season 3 left, so we'll have to watch it.
yeah,
sometime in the
I
future.
haven't finished Warrior season 3 yet.
See?
Either. But I also take a shit ton on. A lot of things on my plate all
That's
the time.
True. That's true.
I'm constantly doing multiple things. I did take a side break from watching Bleach, which was my task from episodes ago.
Whoa.
Because Luca wanted to watch Dragon Ball.
Like the OG?
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
Okay.
And he totally abandoned me 20 episodes in. And I was like, you know what? I love Dragon Ball. And I rewatched it all the way through.
How many episodes is the original Dragon Ball? Holy crap.
150?
Well, that's
my
probably
God.
like 5 seasons or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
all
break
the
it up
way
into
through.
seasons, it makes more sense.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
What were you gonna say, Ed?
So about the Looney Tunes, the day the Earth blew up.
Mhm.
I first heard about it like 2 years ago. There was word that it was in production, and that they had been trying to start production. That they had all the animators they needed, they had the producer they needed, and the director. And it might have switched directors, and there were so many people pushing to get it going, but then it just went dark, right?
Yeah.
And then
Was this
suddenly
after
this
the Coyote versus Acme thing?
No, this was in development, I think, around the same time.
Around the same
Yeah.
time? Because
Coyote versus
nuked that
Acme has been done for 2 years.
Well,
But
this was
they
still in
wrote it off as a
production.
tax thing, so they're not gonna release
Right.
it.
And they wanted to do the same thing to this. And I guess Warner Brothers said that it was kind of like a Fox Searchlight situation where they were supporting the little guy with a project they wanted to do. And it's basically a passion project behind the director and animators. And the whole animation community on Twitter is just like screaming. There's so much like hype around this and stuff. And everyone's like, this is the best animated movie. This is the first 2D animated movie I've seen.
Really?
In like
Well,
years and
okay,
years.
that's the whole point of hype. Like you get excited about.
But the
I know,
reason
but-
they're pushing it is not for the audience. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that.
That's okay.
It's not for audience's benefit, whether you like it or not. It's to save jobs in Hollywood for the
Right.
animators. So that's why they're pushing for
We just
it.
had strikes
So
last
like
year,
whether it looks
so.
weird or not in straight, it looks weird because it's like, what's that called?
You know why it looks weird?
Well, it's a combination of
The
it's 2D, but today's 2D
experimentalism.
is not all hand drawn.
Oh, okay.
You can tell when some of it is, but it's usually over like you have CG models and you doctor them up to make them look like they're hand drawn.
Yeah. So a lot of people
But
are
you can
pushing
tell
for it
it's
to
CG.
succeed and make a lot of money. There were even people pushing for it to be nominated for Best Picture this next year.
I don't.
Animation-
That's too far. That's
Yeah.
This
I feel
animation looks
bad.
fine. It's
the animation is.
You're right. The humor
She didn't
looks
like the
very.
butt cheeks.
Yeah, the butt cheeks weird.
No, there's
The
like,
humor looks really
there's
bizarre.
tongue on tongue in it.
Did
you watch it all the way
I'm
through?
watching it right now.
I did watch it all the way
It
through
looks
right
really
now.
disturbing.
I was like, what do
I don't know what's disturbing about it.
the
It's
only-
not classic
the butt
Looney
cheeks
Tunes.
thing.
Yeah, the butt
Yeah, it's
cheeks,
not
but like
classic,
whatever.
I'm
It's
gonna
more-
I watched
say,
South
like,
Park,
okay,
so-
we didn't.
Yeah,
we-
so the dude who created it created or worked on Uncle Grandpa and Chowder. That's why it looks weird. And the
he
humor is that
worked
way.
on it, but was he like
he was
a
the
director or was he? Like,
I'd have
Chowder
to look
is
it up,
great.
but Chowder and
Chowder's pretty
both of
funny.
those shows look bizarre.
Uncle
This looks
Grandpa
fine.
is
I
kind of
think this could be
boring.
funny. I mean, I'm
Chowder's
not gonna go watch
really
it.
good.
Chowder's
again,
really
but-
cute. Yeah,
Yeah, so
my favorite role.
I'll
that
buy
Jared
it, Jake,
Strong
as long
is
as
in
it's not a
that show.
musical. We could watch it together.
Watch
the
it.
day the
Watch
Earth
it.
blew up.
Oh, I'd be so mad.
The day the Earth blew up, and then there's a
Why-
musical
yeah,
number
watch
in
the
it. Like
musical.
watch Porky Pig's gonna sing like
Okay, a musical number is different than a musical.
Porky Pig's gonna sing like a Bruno Mars song or something.
Yeah. Please don't.
Okay, moving on. The Legend of Ochi. This is like A24's new film about like tiny stop motion monster that tried to find his home with the help of a local young girl. It's got William Dafoe in it.
Oh, I have seen
I did see the
Finn
trailer.
Wolfhard.
This kind of reminds me of like a movie that would come out in like the 2000s almost.
Yeah.
Like when DVDs were like big and
What's
like
wrong with DVDs?
no, like you know how like all these companies were rushing forward, they didn't have to get into theaters to get on, you know,
Like a direct home movie.
and it went from stuff being made just for the rental store because video rental stores were going out of business to, we could just put it right in the marketplace and people could buy it, and you got a lot of weird ones out of that. This kind of reminds me of that. And like, you know, child believes in a creature and nobody else likes the creature and they gotta save it and go on a
Well, it
journey.
might be the next E.T.
Okay, yeah, it does kind of
Like,
remind
you know,
me.
who knows?
Yeah. Well,
A24's got bangers.
Yeah, William Dafoe's in it. That's what got my eye. It also, I heard something about the animation of the creature was like done by hand or something
It
something
looks
like
like a
that.
puppet.
I think it's
It
a
looks
puppet.
like a straight up puppet. So
I only saw puppet clips.
I'm not gonna go see it in theaters, but it looks cool. Like,
I want William Dafoe to be like the Northman in the middle of it. He's like, because I like when he says it.
he's like Nosferatu. He was great.
The whole movie is just him quoting stuff from all the movies he's been in. Spider-Man.
Okay, so he was really good in Nosferatu. Like, he was fantastic. He was the best part for me. He was awesome. And I'll watch anything with him in it, honestly. Looks cool. A24's on a roll. They got The Brutalist, which is like that weird scientist
That
World
won a
War
bunch
II
of
movie.
awards.
It won a bunch of awards.
That one bunch of awards.
The film Tuesday
the
they
Golden Globes.
produced, which Julia Louis-Dreyfus is in, and it's
Is that a
about
dude?
like,
Is that a dude?
no, Julia
Julia
Louis-Dreyfus is a girl. Elaine,
no, it sounds like a
Elaine
dude to
from
me, Jake.
Seinfeld and from Veep. This is Tuesday was the film where she came out last year, where her daughter's like dying of cancer, and it's supposed to be like a tearjerker, and she's like taking care of her. It looks really sad. But anyway, A24 is on a roll. They got some good stuff.
Yeah, they're doing good stuff.
So speaking of good stuff, did you have anything to say, Legend Ochi Adelaide? No? Okay. March 7th, we're going to March now. We have Mickey 17 from Bong Joon-ho, the guy who created Snowpiercer and Parasite and a couple other great films.
He did Okja.
Robert Pattinson stars as a weirdo clone that they keep forcing to have work in the Arctic or something, and he keeps dying. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
see
I'm glad
this
you
trailer?
described this because, I was like, what is going on with this movie?
This looks pretty. It's a pretty interesting concept.
I couldn't wrap my head around whether or not it'd be good, but I was intrigued.
Yeah, I was intrigued
It was
too.
a really good
Yeah.
trailer. I was like, wow.
Stephen
I'm sold.
Yeun
I
is in
know
it,
it's gonna be rated R.
Tony Collette's in it. A ton of folks are in this film. Like, I'm excited.
If it were any other director, I'd be like, I'll pass. But because it's Bong
I
Joon-ho,
bet you
I'm like,
Tilda
okay.
Swinton's in here somewhere. He loves
Probably.
her.
Yeah, he loves her.
Ooh,
She's
then I'm
in,
definitely
she's in
seeing it.
Snowpiercer. She's
not in Parasite,
Okja.
though.
No,
Oh,
she's
she's
not.
in
No,
Okja.
Parasite
That's
is
right.
all Korean people.
Yeah.
Korean
Okay.
actors and stuff. I think.
How racist? Why can't he do more, diverse casting in that? No, I'm not joking.
He is a big name here.
Because he's Korean.
They got the right, apparently.
Gotta
Okay.
represent.
Yeah.
That's true. He's got to
This
represent.
looks really interesting. We got the trailer in the theater.
Looks
We went to
cool.
see Wicked.
I'm down.
And I was like, this is kind of hilarious.
I'll go
Like
see it.
it's definitely what is that, like a dark comedy.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
but it's sci-fi and,
And
it's gonna-
Robert Pattinson looks awesome. Like, he's played himself twice.
he's
or
got a
3
weird
times.
voice in this.
He's got a weird voice. Like,
He's
super
like, my
weird.
name's Mickey. He's like, I hate dying. He says that in it.
I remember I showed up I think it was the trailer was on TV and Mom and Dad were watching at their place. And I came by and they were watching it and I was like, oh, this is great. And I was like, this looks terrible.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that might be terrible, we have a film called Novocaine coming out in March 14th. It stars Jack Quaid as a guy who can't feel pain. And apparently, no, this is not a remake of the Novocaine film from 2001 with Steve Martin as a dentist. This is totally different. This film is like the guy can't feel pain and now he has to rescue his girlfriend and he's in an action movie. This is like Jack Quaid's like main character debut. It reminds me of The Boys. They're going for that in the marketing, like, ooh, this is like gritty and
The
bloody.
poster looks like Operation, the game.
It does. Oh, yeah.
Really, really creative.
I watched the trailer. I just found out about this today. It looks fun. Like, I'd watch it. Probably not in theaters, but I'd watch it like when it comes to streaming and stuff. It looks cool.
Sounds interesting.
Is there any movie so far that you would go to the movie?
Dude, Better Man, I'm thinking about it. I think I might go see Better Man and Love Hurts for sure. So
Yeah, I love. You're definitely.
what are you gonna go see, Frankie? Probably nothing so far.
Yeah,
Well,
nothing so far.
Well,
Yeah.
at the end.
And I don't want to skip ahead.
You know what? The
movies
next
on your-
one, or Adelaide, do you have anything to say about Novocaine at all? No? Okay. The Electric State, I put it in here because I only have 3 films for March here. The Electric State's like a Netflix film coming out.
Wait, I did see the
based-
trailer for this.
Based on a book, and it's got Chris
Yeah, this
Pratt
one
with
looks
a terrible
interesting,
wig, and Millie
Wait.
Bobby Brown's the main character.
I have to see
This looks
terrible
really
wig.
bad, honestly, in my opinion.
That's what's gonna
It
make
looks
Frankie
like
go to
Yeah.
the
the-
movie theater.
The dudes who did the Avengers movies.
Are you sure they're dudes?
Yes, they are. The 2 brothers.
I'm gonna
That
use
sounds
this
like a
all
chicken.
night.
I need
Yeah.
to click on this to see what their names are. So let me see. The Russo brothers. So the Russo brothers are doing
Oh, heck yeah.
this. This is their
Russo
big
brothers.
film. It's got a ton of folks.
Oh,
in
that
it.
wig is really bad.
It's a really bad wig. It looks interesting.
I feel like they really went hard with like the special effects. In this
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
it's got a big budget.
I already
Cloverfield
figured
esque.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of. Yeah.
I already
hate
figured
that.
out the plot line with
I
your
hate it
brother
already.
by
Yeah, I
watching
hate
the
it
trailer.
already. Well, they got Anthony Mackie in this. Kyuhee Kwan's in this ad.
Hey,
now I
now you
gotta
gotta
watch
see
it.
it.
Jason
Oh wait, no, it's on
Alexander's
Netflix. You don't have
Well,
to go see it.
Maybe I'll watch it because of Jason Alexander, but that's about it. So
I like the robot aspect. It's just interesting how I wonder if this was the Russo brothers' conception. So like,
it's based off.
It's
a
based
book.
off a book.
Yeah.
oh okay,
Yeah, I thought it was original.
It's
too.
their vision of the
Wait.
book.
So
interesting.
are they like inhabiting the robots, like their
I don't
souls
know.
or
I think
something?
AI
Because he did like the little hand pose with the girl. I can't
Oh.
hear
in the
most of what's going on.
trailer, in
because
the
I'm trying to
trailer,
watch
she
it.
says,
Yeah,
"Do
yeah.
you know where my brother is?" And he points to the picture, but I'm like,
Oh.
"That's her brother."
That's
Like,
probably
Yeah,
what's
because
going on.
he did the
Yeah.
little
Like the
hand heart
consciousness
thing.
from
Yeah,
robots or
yeah.
something. Looks
This
interesting.
looks really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you
It's on
sold me.
Netflix.
I'd at least watch it, especially
All right.
since it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
but
Well, the next
What do you
trailer you
got-
want
what
to
do you
pull
got?
up, Frankie, is in April, because on April 4th we get a Minecraft movie, and I only included this because of the memes. Like, I'm not gonna go watch this.
okay,
Yeah, you
I
are.
was
Yeah, you are. Don't lie.
I'm not.
I was really skeptical about it when I saw the article that mentioned it. And we went and saw Sonic 3, and I saw the
We got
trailer.
Oh my god.
It actually looks pretty dang good.
I
Really?
agree. For the minds.
Jack Black just nails whatever role he's in. We rented for Christmas.
Oh, the Satan one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dear
Dear
Santa.
Santa,
Yeah.
How was
I
that?
was like, oh, it's gonna be bad, but then Jack
It
Black
looked
was in it. I was like, I'll at least give it a try. It was actually pretty good.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I saw the trailer for. I'm like,
Okay.
holy crap! What is this?
Okay.
Is Satan?
Oh, the Satan one.
I
Yeah.
was like, holy.
I was
cow.
like, no, come on.
It's
Oh,
because
fun
the kid's
fact, though, Adelaide
borderline
found out-
dyslexic, and he wrote "Dear
How
Satan."
many dyslexic
But
kids
then
have
he
been visited by
like
Satan then?
he like said like 2. It says North Lope instead of Pole. It was cute.
Oh.
It was
yeah,
cute.
It did look. Cute.
Adelaide found
I'm
a
glad you
fun
liked it.
fact. The kid who's in it, like the main character, he plays Neil in Skeleton Crew. That's airing right now.
Oh, okay.
the little
Yeah,
elephant
the
looking
little
boy.
blue kid. He's so cute.
That's cool. But yeah, a Minecraft movie. Are you-
And so the
do
most
you guys feel about
relatable thing about it that I was like, that is so hilarious and it's terrible, is when he grabs the Ender Pearl and he's like, "What's this?" He's like, "It makes you teleport." And he's like, "But no, that's my only one." And I'm like, that's every multiplayer in Minecraft. They're going through your stuff and they're using it.
So I won't
That's
get
totally Ender Eye.
I won't get the Minecraft references as much. So I'm gonna have to really just enjoy the movie.
You'll have to ask Luca.
Yeah, Luca and Riley are both like into it. So
yeah, I think it's right up Riley's alley. That's for sure. But
he's,
Y'all want to go
hey,
home
he's
and play
14
Minecraft
now.
after?
He's starting to move on. He's into Valorant and
he was
I
playing
don't know.
Terraria. I saw the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, Terraria. It's probably a kick on that Wesley got him on or something. Like, hey, join me in Terraria.
I tried to get in
The true Minecraft, you know, the 2D Minecraft. Which I'm like,
2D Minecraft.
I'm not into Terraria. I was like, yeah, okay, if you're into it. Adelaide, are you gonna go see the Minecraft movie?
Probably not.
Okay.
But last year, I mean, I feel like the older I get, the more selective I get with what I pay money to go out of my house to go see in the movie theater.
You
Since
sound like a
COVID, I
real
felt
old
that way.
lady.
Yeah.
She's got
I feel like an old lady.
I got
2
You got
cats.
2 cats.
Oh
Sorry.
no, it's all downhill.
Just one more cat.
No,
and
it's
it's
gotta be
over.
weird.
I can't get into knitting or crocheting.
Yep.
We can't do
No,
that.
Otherwise,
I
you're
won't
the
let
crazy
you.
cat lady down the road who knits and yells at kids.
Knits and yells and kids. Well, speaking of knitting, we got Ryan
What?
Coogler's.
No,
we got Ryan,
Not a segue at all.
Worst thing ever.
we got Ryan Coogler's next film called Sinners. So instead of knitting, you're sinning. It's
Ryan.
He
So,
tried. You
you got
tried.
Ryan Coogler's next film. Michael B. Jordan's the main character. Takes place in the South. Looks like it has to do something with hoodoo or voodoo.
No.
And it looks like it has
No.
to do with Southern vampires. And I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a vampire movie. And the
And
trailer, you would not
he
get
plays
that.
a brother. He has a brother in the film, which he also plays. And apparently, from what the trailer shows, it looks like this brother went missing. It looks like from the poster, he might be a vampire now. So Michael B. Jordan's playing this dual role, and that sounds pretty cool to me. So
You had
'cause
me
he's
a vampire
twins.
movie.
it looks cool. Like it looks
I think it's
creepy
gonna
and
be in the
gross.
Oscars next year.
Really?
What
Oh,
made me
might. Never mind.
consider-
It looks special enough.
Actually getting out of my house to go see this one.
Really?
Number 1, Ryan Coogler, so Black Panther.
Yeah, Ryan
And I'm
Coogler.
like, okay.
Creed for me.
Number 2, the song in the trailer is Blood of the Fang by Clipping, which is Daveed Diggs' band.
Yeah.
And I love that
Oh,
album.
really?
Yeah, that whole album. I'm just like, that
Interesting.
popped up on the trailer and I got so excited because I'm like, I know this song.
Daveed
So-
Diggs was the dude who was in Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thomas
gotcha.
Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
And he was Lafayette. And
He's been in
Yeah.
so much stuff now.
Y'all remember?
Back in the room where it happens. Speaking in the room where it happens, nobody knows what's happening in the room of
The
Passion of the
Tomb.
Christ Resurrection. It's still for some reason on the release docket for this year. We've heard
But there's,
nothing
like,
about
no
this.
news.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson is back. Jim Caviezel's back as Jesus. I'm
But there's no
kind of
news.
intrigued. The dude who played Mary and Peter, or the dude who played Mary, the chick who played Mary.
Are you
Yeah.
sure that's a
I'm
dude?
are you sure this is a dude?
Jake is gender confused tonight. It's okay.
I'm gonna
I'm
start
still
calling you
recovering
Goku
from
over there.
this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. we'll
I
give
do
you
have
that.
Google. I could. Anyway, Passion of the Christ Resurrection. This has been on the docket in 2025 for like a year and a half. And like, we know nothing about it. All we know is it has to follow the resurrection after he gets out of the tomb. And I'm intrigued to see it. He's going to go talk to all the folks and disciples. We don't know much about that from what
That
the
would
Bible
be cool
says.
if they went
I think
through
that'd be
each of the
cool.
disciples.
I think that'd be
that
cool
would be
too.
kind of cool.
I would be, end credits teaser. It's
Everybody
about the book of Acts and
reacting.
Matthias is there.
The
That'd be
only
cool,
difference is like, okay, from a Christian point of view, but also storytelling point of view, like the whole conflict of that first film was you seeing who the character of Christ was, right? And that there was an enemy going against him and behind the scenes leading him to the cross and everything.
Yeah.
What is the conflict going to be in this one other than the Pharisees again?
I think
Like-
they'll probably lean on the persecution of the Jews and
Well,
stuff.
yeah, that's what
and-
happened after.
And the followers of
Yeah,
Christ.
because they were trying to
because
start
they
the
are
church.
they're starting to start the church.
And they're getting beat down everywhere they
How
go.
it
even
can
they
start.
can even mix in stuff with Acts
It
in there.
starts with one of the disciples writing a letter about Jesus, and then it goes into a
That would be
flashback.
cool.
That would be
You
cool.
know?
But watch,
That's how
it's
it
gonna
could
be
be
one of those
good.
things where like it's a week before the movie comes out and they release the trailer.
Yeah.
I
And then
That
they're like
might
coming next
happen.
week.
I don't
Everybody's
think so.
like,
I feel
"What?"
like it's just gonna kicked off the docket and it's gonna be shoved to next year because I've heard nothing about.
Yeah, I haven't heard
this
anything,
film.
so it's not coming
Mel
out this year
Gibson
unless
has
it's
said
gonna
they're
be
working
later.
on it. He's got the same writer as last time. Him and the guy have been working
Well,
on it
they
for
have
years.
it. Isn't that Easter that they have it slated for?
April 18th, maybe.
Or maybe that's after Easter.
But
yeah,
I
they're
don't
trying to
know.
go for
I
that again.
I don't have much faith, in it, pun intended. But I think it could be very good. Mel Gibson is always most of the time really delivers, and it's
Not
like what was it?
recently.
Hacksaw Ridge was the one he did last time, which was really great, and
That's
a
the war
few
movie?
others. He's doing that one that's coming out next month with Mark Wahlberg in the plane, which looks terrible.
Ugh.
That looks terrible, but
Bald cap you could see from 10 miles away.
yeah.
So bad.
I don't know. I just put it in here because I think it's gonna get kicked off. But if it comes out, it comes out. Like we might get a trailer next month. Who knows?
Oh no.
So, which we also might get a trailer for the next one, which is Until Dawn.
Also no news. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. Like,
Yeah.
all I heard is Mel Gibson, the writer.
Usually, if
working
you
on it.
don't hear
So-
anything,
Opposed to Until Dawn, the movie.
Okay, so Until Dawn,
You
the movie's
are?
coming out April
I'm
25th.
so
Adelaide,
opposed
what do you
to
think?
Okay, why?
Because I played the game twice, but because I didn't have a PlayStation when the game first came out, so I couldn't play it. So I watched walkthroughs and I watched everyone play it. I'm like, this game is amazing. Like, it's like all those other, like, what do they call that? Where you choose
Telltale games,
no,
story games, and multiple choice games.
It's multiple endings.
Oh, the
type
David
game.
Cage games, like Detroit Become Human, and
It's a path game.
Yeah.
It's
those
like
butterfly
a live
game.
instance choice game. I forget. what
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it
something like that.
elevated that concept, and the problem with it being a movie is the game already is a perfect movie,
Except the game was an homage to 80s horror movies.
but it elevated it
I know, but
because the quarry
you're
came
making
out
a movie
later.
about a game that's an homage to old movies. It's
Now
kind
they're
of
making a movie
Movie.
about
Yeah.
the
That's
game.
based off that
that's
game.
Yeah.
based
Based
off-
off the
it's kind of funky.
We're
it is.
we're in an Ouroboros of
Well, doesn't
media.
doesn't David F. Sandberg excite you though, Ad?
I did not like Lights Out.
You didn't.
Nope.
No.
The
Okay.
his short was better
Mhm.
than the
Yeah.
actual movie. The short
Agree. The short
I
was.
think that might
that
have
short
been a
creeped me out. I don't like
producer.
that.
and the
thing
movie
too,
was
though.
so bland.
It was super bland.
It was one of those times. Me and Chelsea sometimes will see a small movie or a trailer or hear about a movie,
Mhm.
and then we'll go and we'll be like, we have low expectations for this movie, and then wait till he shuts the door. We'll have low expectations for a movie, and usually because we have those low expectations where we know nothing about it,
Mhm.
the experience is, we're like, whoa, it was actually super good, and it's a small movie and we want to support it. We tried to do that with this movie, and it was not a good.
I think
With
it's a
Lights Out.
producer thing
Yeah.
because it's one of those things where like you're watching it and you're like, oh, they're leaning towards this idea. If they do that, it's gonna be amazing, and they don't.
They don't do it.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
it's like, okay.
bland
But
and
yeah,
boring.
He also
do
did.
you think they'll do like multiple endings in the Until Dawn?
I
movie?
don't know. That's that's what I'm curious about. If they're gonna like
Will they
put in
clue
some
it
weird
and do like multiple versions
like
of different
twist
theaters?
of like, okay, this happens, but this is how it really ends, or like this is another way it could have ended. Like that could be cool,
Like Clue, the movie.
but that'd be
yeah.
really hard to implement. Oh, like Clue, that'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where every different theaters had different endings.
And that's the shtick of the whole game. So how do you
Yeah.
translate that?
Hey,
That would be a
AMC
marketing thing.
AMC versus Cinemark versus
Oh, that
Like,
would
which
be
ending
funny.
did you get?
That would be
Yeah.
fun,
Right?
Yeah, there's.
That'd be a
sounds cool,
nightmare to distribute.
But that'd be a nightmare to advertise, to distribute. He also did Animal Creation and, of course, the Shazam films. I like David F. Sandberg, but
Shazam films are okay.
I'm excited for this. Like, I don't know why. I'm just excited. I like David F. Sandberg. He's a cool guy.
We're still on Until
I've
Dawn.
heard interviews of him and all this stuff.
Watch me finally see this movie even after it's out of theaters and be like, wow, I was wrong.
It's
I
amazing.
want to be wrong because I really love the game and I
Yeah.
love all the games in the Dark Pictures series.
Mhm.
No,
Didn't they just remake it?
Yeah, they
and
just
they came
remade
back
it,
with
for
the
PS5.
remake.
Yeah.
Which I heard is actually worse. They make it a, like
They
made new
changed
deaths
some
and
stuff.
change
yeah.
some stuff. It's a third person, like the camera follows you instead of like a Resident Evil type, old Resident Evil type game, where the camera's just stationary. and
Those
you
games
go.
are like you're playing a movie.
That's
Really
the point of
cinematic.
it, though.
They're very, very, very cinematic.
Neil Blomkamp, director Neil Blomkamp of District 9, always said like the future of cinema and media in general is the next step is to completely immerse ourselves in it. And I think that's what a lot of the 4D theaters are trying to do. But I think having games where you're basically playing a movie, but you make the decisions and you're the characters. And if
Yeah.
you don't save those characters, that character's dead.
Yeah.
And that changes your 20 plus endings or
You can't,
whatever.
yeah, you can't go back.
Yeah, and like that's just the next step in our media evolution, I guess, and entertainment. And like, what's the VR chat? People were like crazy about VR chat
It's
when
the
it
metaverse,
first,
bro.
yeah, when it first happened because they're like, "Well, you're in the game, just like in
You're
Back to
in
the
the
Future
game,
or
yeah.
whatever." But it's just
I mean,
interesting
if you
seeing
have a
us going in that
VR
direction.
set,
So it's
like-
like, why
I'm
would you
Lightning
make a
McQueen
movie?
rolling around with Shrek? I mean, in a bar, we're just talking to each other.
I don't know.
There's
I
literally
hope
nothing
I'm
to that
wrong
game,
because
but-
I love the game and I want to like the movie. So
I don't know. What do you think, Frankie? I'm conflicted on this.
Wait, did you play Until Dawn?
Yeah.
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 I was gonna say you have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
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 I don't think he has a PlayStation. No,
No,
I don't believe it.
not the
He doesn't
one
have
in the,
two. You know?
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, no, totally."
No, I'm gonna stick to my guns on this one. I think I'm not excited for it.
Mm.
I am excited, as a PlayStation fanboy, but not for the actual movie.
Yeah.
It's weird that you're making a movie about a game about an homage to 80s horror movies. It's just make a horror movie and make it 80s style. Skip it
Just
until
make a
dawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the key to that though is like, what are you gonna do different that hasn't been done before in that genre? And we were just talking while you were
hold on.
away.
This is the decade of live action remakes and reboots and remasters.
Right.
Why can't you just do a 80s style horror movie and like have those cheesy moments and those jump scares? Name it Until Dawn. I don't care. Have an original story to it. But like, why make a
have
movie
it be
about a
nothing
game
like
about
the game, but call it based off the game.
yeah.
Yeah, they could have gone that route where it's like, oh, this is Until Dawn, but it's a different story or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's
That
the game
could
The
work,
Quarry
too.
that
Yeah.
came out. Like you could do something like that, or
They'd
heck,
better
Detroit
make
Become
it
Human would be a wonderful movie.
They better
Oh,
make
yeah.
it. a good
That'd be
twist.
awesome.
If
Yeah.
Changing the twist, they better.
They have one, by the way. It's called Bicentennial Man.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
He did become human.
You need to talk after the pod. Go talk to David about who was gonna be Bicentennial Man instead of Robin Williams.
What?
He'll tell you. It's really interesting.
I
And it
can't
what it
picture
has
Okay,
to
that's
do,
weird.
and what it has to do with Galaxy Quest. So
was gonna
moving
say-
on.
What?
May,
It's all, we're done.
we're done. May, you get
up, run over. David, tell me.
you shut up.
I grabbed the
We
computer.
get another Marvel movie. This one's also been in development hell. Thunderbolts. This is like their B character, villain, side characters as a squad.
They're villains.
It's like their
pretending to
Suicide
be-
Squad or whatever.
They're
I don't
villains
know.
pretending to be heroes.
Yeah,
That's what
looks-
the
It is
Thunderbolts is.
literally
the
Suicide
it
Squad.
sounded terrible, and I'm like, why are you taking like the Walmart Captain America, Bucky, the chick from Black Widow, and of course David Harbour, and you're gonna put them in a team, and they're gonna go find somebody. But who is that? Apparently,
What's his name? Who is in Stranger Things? Is that who that is? Mm-hmm.
David Harbour. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
probably gonna be
sheriff,
the
yeah.
best part. Of
He's
the whole-
the Red Guardian. Is the guy's
I don't
name?
know. I don't
And
remember.
he's amazing. I haven't seen Black Widow,
Black
but he's
Widow,
like
yeah.
awesome in it. Like
we
So
need a
Thunderbolts-
comic relief like him.
also the main title has an asterisk to it, which is really weird. I don't know why they added that, but it has an asterisk to it. So
maybe
I
they
think,
meant to extend it. Thunderbolts : something.
Well, fun fact about the film: Stephen Yeun was going to be like the main character they're going after,
man,
which
Stephen
I
Yeun.
think is supposed to be not Adam Warlock, but it's another comic character of that same strength. Where like he's basically it's the Sentinel. No, Marvel's character that basically has Superman powers. I can't remember his name, but he's supposed to be that character. It's not like the Sentinel, but it's something like that.
It's Adam.
Isn't it?
No, not Adam Warlock.
No, you're talking like
The Atom.
the
That's
Atom.
DC.
No.
That's DC.
The guy from
Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah.
No.
No, that's not because we already have Adam Warlock in the DC or in the MCU.
I'm gonna skip.
I'm gonna go watch this because I'm just curious to see what they
any
do.
Marvel movie,
Like-
like Ricky said, we're kind of on burnout a little bit with Marvel. And this feels like one that would be straight to Netflix or something.
Yeah, I would not
Or straight
select
to
does have
Disney
that
Plus, I should
feeling.
say.
in my selectivity for Marvel.
Oh, they
I would-
used to do Netflix. They used to have
Yeah.
the Daredevil series and stuff.
The trailer looks fun, but that's about it for me.
Echo was good.
Echo?
I can't
The
remember that.
the Marvel Disney Plus one that's
Really?
connected to Daredevil.
Oh, I only heard bad things about
with the
that.
deaf,
No, it's-
with Kingpins in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
Okay.
About the Choctaw
Meh.
tribe.
You sound
Yeah.
so enthused over there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but it's
Sounds good.
not worth my time.
It's surprising.
Might be a dude, might be a
think
chick, I don't
lot
know.
of it. It's not
Might be a
Ping.
dude, might be a chick. Who knows?
He's watching the Echo and he's looking at the
I
chick.
thought
He's like, "Is
Kingpin
that a
was
dude?"
Is that a dude?
Oh, well, speaking of people that is somebody who's definitely a man is in Mission Impossible. The Mission
I
Impossible,
don't know.
The Final
His
Reckoning.
hair's a little too long.
Released on
He's a Scientologist.
Released on May
He's not a
23rd.
man.
The Scientologist-based movie combines
bait-
like
it was-
it's supposed to be a final Mission Impossible movie.
I
Finally,
thought the last one.
that was part 1. This is part 2.
Get ready
is the
for
final-
part
final.
4 and 5.
The
Okay.
Final Reckoning
You
is what
know
they're
Tom
calling
Cruise
it.
is gonna try and make as many as he can.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants
Christopher
to prove to
McQuarrie.
people he's not getting old.
Christopher McQuarrie's coming back to direct like he's directed the last 5, and he's awesome. I love Christopher McQuarrie.
I saw
And-
1, 2, and 3, and I stopped.
Oh, dude. Okay, so in this trailer for this new one, they have the bioweapon from the 3rd film. And you're like, what's
Oh.
going on?
Interesting.
You're
There's
not
a
gonna-
bunch of stuff from that one, Mission Impossible like 5 and 6, and 4, and you're like, what's happening? And
Not
the
gonna
dude
draw
who
me in.
was,
This is I drew the line at 3, and I'm just
You
it's
drew that line in the
Marvel problem
sand.
all over again.
no. Well, here's the thing.
Let
This is
things
quality,
die out.
consistent
No.
quality, and I could watch Tom Cruise in a million more action films.
But he's
so
funding
good.
it, I think. He's got all that money.
And that's the
He's
thing.
got the money from the Scientology church to make all these movies.
I mean, he's the reason why he hasn't died yet is probably
Oh my god.
Oh my
from all these
gosh.
stunts he's done.
You know,
it's
of
just
all the
Scientology.
movies
Knee
he
replacement.
could do over and over again, where's Interview with the Vampire 2?
Oh my gosh.
Where is
Instead-
a
Okay,
second
I didn't
instead
think
of
of another
Mission
writer.
Impossible
I did not
23?
Interview with the
Where-
Vampire 2 with the chick from Who's Wednesday or whatever. Like that's would
Oh
be a
my
nightmare
God.
fuel right there.
I didn't consider Tom Cruise like one of the sexiest men alive. Like
He was.
I don't
wasn't
think-
referring to him as the sexiest
no,
man
but
alive.
like the vampire, the interview with like
Oh, in the 90s
both,
is
all
what you're
those
talking
guys
about.
were like
Yeah,
the
that
sexiest
probably
men
helped
alive.
out.
Like
I saw a really
Interview
funny
with the Vampire is top 10 for me. I
Really?
love that movie. It is a
Wow.
good movie.
Okay.
V for Vendetta's up there too.
Yeah, have you
but
ever been to
Kirsten
this-
Dunst is like grown up now.
Yeah.
She,
Oh wait, she died.
Oh.
I did-
No,
Kirsten
she.
Dunst? No, she's still alive.
Yeah.
No. She means the character.
No,
Oh, the character.
What's her name? Claudia.
Yeah.
Just who hasn't seen that movie?
The
Wait,
new
you
series is
haven't
good.
I haven't watched
Frankie.
Interview with a
I did
Vampire.
watch the series. It
Okay,
was
I'm on
good.
That's
season
not a
2.
Jake movie.
That's not a Jake movie. It
Jake
does have
needs
Tom
to make
Cruise
it
in
a Jake movie. It's got Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's in it?
Yeah.
it is a Man Crush Monday movie
Yeah.
if I've ever,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I've
it
ever
is.
seen
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh man!
You know what's her name?
If Tom Cruise is in it, I might watch it. I was also looking at.
There's
clips
not a
of-
might. I'm gonna somehow dupe you into watching this. You're
You
gonna
guys
watch
should
it.
do-
You're
gotta
like
watch
Jake.
this
We're gonna
new
watch
anime.
Eyes
You're
Wide
like,
Shut. I'm
oh,
like,
look,
sweet,
my
Tom
fingers-
Cruise. Then it's an interview for the vampire. I'm like, well,
He
at least
ghosted
Tom
you.
Cruise. You
Yeah.
know,
You guys should do a movie swap. Then he shows you that, and you show him something else.
Yeah,
we
that would
can't
be
do
fun.
2 more films that Jake hasn't seen. I mean, we could, but
No, it
we'll
would
save
be
that for later.
This is
one
your
movie
podcast. You
Frankie
can do
hasn't
whatever you
seen, one
want.
movie Jake hasn't seen.
Dude, Nick was like pitching it to me at like a youth group meeting, and he's like,
Wait,
"Well,
what?
two films Jake hasn't seen. It's perfect. The Rock and Gladiator." And I'm
Oh.
like, "All right, I
You
guess we're
haven't
doing
watched The Gladiator.
No,
Now
I
he
watched
does.
it
No,
on
I
the
did.
podcast.
They
Oh.
released an episode.
We-
about
I
it.
was about to lose it because
Me,
Gladiator is
him-
like top 5.
Me, him, David, and Matt all sat down one Sunday and watched.
That's a
that
great
and
It's a really
The
good
Rock.
one. Yeah.
And
That's a
The
good
Rock.
episode.
I was my first viewing.
I was laughing so
Loved
hard
both
at
of them.
Nick,
They're
like
fantastic.
describing the Rock.
And then I went to go see Gladiator 2, which was okay. Like I liked it.
Mikey liked it.
Well, speaking of sequels to films from 20 years ago and further, we have the next film in this list, Karate Kid Legends, May 30th. I'm really intrigued. This is Jackie Chan from the Will
Also,
Smith
you're the
movie.
Karate Kid fan.
I'm a huge
Yeah.
Karate Kid. I love
Yeah.
Cobra Kai. I love its death. And
I
you
asked
get-
you in theater. I said, "Do I
That
need
was
to watch
aggressive,
Cobra Kai for this?"
Jake.
I freaking love Cobra Kai,
That was
man.
a little
Like,
aggressive.
I'm
You need to
trying
calm
so
down.
hard to get like somebody on here to do a spoiler cast.
I haven't watched Cobra Kai. I will tell you
It's
that.
really good.
You know why?
Like,
Because
if you're
I
in a Karate
did.
Kid.
I did, and I made the boys watch it because we do movie nights on Sundays,
Yeah.
and so we pick stuff. Riley picked Maze Runner
Oh,
series
heck
to
yeah.
start. So we watched the first one last weekend, and then yesterday we watched the second one.
Oh, hell
And I
yeah.
ordered the second and third one, and they both got here Friday,
Oh,
Saturday.
sweet.
Heck
So we have the next one
Movie
to watch.
sagas are always fun
Yeah.
to do.
But I did make
Maze
the
Runner's
boys.
another one.
I made them
Let's
watch Karate Kid.
Yeah.
The
And-
original.
Yeah, the original.
Good man right there.
And at first they were like, "This movie's so old." It was so funny, but I made them watch it. They liked it.
Good.
No,
Good man, Frankie. I'm proud of you.
Good man. Good man.
Culture them kids. But yeah, you got Jackie Chan. The concept is him trying to train a new pupil, but he needs the help.
And Jackie Chan was from the one with
the Jaden Smith.
Jaden
Yeah.
Smith in it.
So you have
So you
him
have him, you have
looking
Jackie
for
Chan, and then you have
Ralph Macchio, and he's
Yeah.
like, let's partner up and train up a new
yeah.
kid
So
for
it's
the
like
new
it's
generation.
like the
You're
two
like,
generations.
okay,
It's like the two
alright.
generations coming together, and
Yeah.
that really intrigued me. I was like, I love Jackie Chan. I grew up with him, but to see him in a movie like Karate Kid, kind of continuing, it's so cool.
It
like
could
I'm really
very well
interested in
be
this one.
awful. I have no idea.
I
But
don't know.
I have some faith in it. Cobra Kai. The only reason this movie is greenlit is because Cobra Kai is super successful.
Mm-hmm.
It
They have
was,
6 seasons, I think. Of it.
I don't know why you're
It's
trying
on
to.
Amazon
You're
Prime.
still just pitching it. You're a
It's
salesman.
really.
over there.
Oh man, I love Cobra Kai. Anyway, would you go see this, Frankie?
I would. I saw the trailer when we went to see Sonic, and
Yeah, that's
I
where
was
we
like,
saw it
oh,
too, yeah.
boys, we're gonna watch Karate
Boys,
Kid, and I can see the drama all
Who's
over
that
again.
old guy? Oh, that's
These guys
Danielson.
are
No, the
old.
really
Yeah.
old guy. Oh, that's Jackie Chan.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
I think so too. So, Adelaide, do you have any thoughts on this?
I didn't know it was even happening until we went to go see Sonic 3 and the
It
trailer
was a
popped up.
surprise to me too.
And I was like, oh, wow, okay. But then I was like, wait, what is this? Because I'm like, wait, there was the Jackie Chan one. I'm like, is this a sequel to that? But then it shows the kid from, well, he's not a kid anymore, from the original. And I was like,
I will always call him a kid.
yeah.
You realize that?
He's like near 60 years old, and you're like, oh, Danielson's so little.
Daniel's son. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm not hyped, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I think it could be, there's a potential.
Wait, when does it come out? May?
May
Oh, too bad
30th.
it doesn't come out the month of your birthday.
I know.
That would have been a really,
easy birthday
that would have been a
present.
really good
Yeah.
birthday.
Early birthday
movie,
present. There we go. Let's see. The next one I have here is just purely because of me, and that's Life of Chuck.
I've never heard of this.
This is based off a short story by Stephen King. Mike Flanagan, who did The Haunting of Hill House and Dr. Sleep and a bunch of other stuff, which is awesome,
Karen Gillan?
is making his first, and Karen Gillan's in it,
Yeah.
is making his first non-horror film, mainstream-wise. And we have no idea. We haven't seen the trailer.
So it's
All
that
I
Tom
know,
Hiddleston's in it. That's why I would.
Tom
But I like
Hiddleston,
Mike
yeah.
Flanagan too.
I
so.
100% don't know what this movie is or what. I thought it was gonna be like a bio movie of Chuck Norris.
that'd be cool. The Life of Chuck.
Yeah,
The Life of Chuck.
and then have
Norris.
obviously like stuff in there like from his legends.
Tom
you know,
Hiddleston.
some of all the other stuff.
The old cartoons.
You know what?
I saw something the other day. Was he?
He's still alive.
No, I know. He has a house in Chester. He used to be able to run into him at random at Rice Bowl.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he has
He has a house in Chester. It's
house in
like-
Chester. Yeah,
yeah.
family lives up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he comes and visits.
Yeah. People
who
say
was
they
it?
would see him in
It was
motion.
Holly
working
was
out
telling me
stuff.
Holly's cousin went to his like family's place because she's friends with like his like granddaughter or whatever, and she went and held his great
I don't even care. That's bragging
grandkid.
rights. That's
like
bragging
who just
rights.
got born.
It's like a string of 15
Who just
people.
got
saw Chuck
born.
Norris.
My
I
friend,
finally got to you.
her cousin went to Chuck Norris's granddaughter's house.
Yeah.
But you know
I
what
got
I mean?
to hold
Like,
a baby.
one of the
baby.
one of the random things is like he took fighting lessons from Bruce Lee or something like that.
yeah.
It's just, you don't know what's real and fake anymore. It's just the line's been long since blurred. So, but like a movie like that, and then you have to decipher for yourself what's factual or what's
Yeah.
some of those baseless legends.
Who would play Chuck Norris though?
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris. Dude, he's still
They
ripped
got
for an old
de-aging
dude.
animation.
He looks good.
Well,
Yeah.
I did see him in a trailer for something else. What's the movie with all the old guys? Action movie.
Expendables.
Yeah.
Expendables?
Isn't he
Oh,
in
that's true.
there?
He's in Expendables. Yeah.
And I was like, damn,
I
he looks
don't
old, but he
remember.
still looks ripped
still
and like
looks good.
mobile.
I heard
My
what was the one?
than this car.
What was the one where the fourth one I heard was horrible, but there
They
was
made
one
4?
they tried to get Jackie
No, aren't
Chan.
they
I think, in
making
one
4?
of them. They did the fourth one last year, and
Wow.
it came out.
Maybe-
Nobody went to go see it.
Yeah, maybe that
I
was
did
the
not
trailer I
even
saw.
know that. Yeah.
It's
I thought they
based,
stopped at number
it's got
2.
Megan Fox in it, a bunch of random people in it. It's weird. So, but yeah, Life of Chuck. It's just solely based on the director, Mike Flanagan. I'm excited.
Okay.
That's the only reason I put it in here.
Well, Mike
I still like
Flanagan
my
is
idea
based
better.
off a story by
Life
Stephen
of Chuck
King,
Norris.
so I'm assuming
Played
some
by
kind of
Tom Hiddleston.
horror.
Tom Hiddleston as
Well,
Chuck Norris. Wow.
Wait.
Wow.
Wait.
Adelaide's thinking. Her mind's a little
I
clouded
have
right
sick
now.
brain. So
Sick
wait.
brain.
So
I got
Mike
sick brain.
Flanagan
Yes.
directed Gerald's Game, which was a Stephen King
Did he
short
do
story.
Oculus?
He did Oculus.
Okay, that's why Karen Gillan's in this.
He
Ah.
did Doctor Sleep, which is a sequel
To the
movie
Shining.
based on a book that Stephen King wrote, which is a sequel to The Shining, right?
Yeah.
So,
Wait, is Oculus
is-
the one about the mirror, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like
I did go
like
see
that
that
wasn't
one.
based off anything. That
Yeah.
was just his thing. But yeah, he likes
was good.
taking literature and stuff based
Hmm.
on literature and then turning it. Yeah.
And he's been like pretty much everything he's been a part of has been successful to some point and has been of
Yeah, they're all
quality.
like critically acclaimed.
Like critically
No,
acclaimed.
no,
Unless it's
critically
the
for
Midnight
sure.
Club, nobody liked
Yeah,
that.
the Midnight Club I think is the only from what I hear the only out.
I watched it. It was like
But yeah, like he also is working. He has a huge contract with Amazon right now, and he moved from Netflix to Amazon.
oh really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
I heard about that.
he also pitched to Stephen King. I actually wrote a bunch of this in our peak analysis for Haunting of Hill House episode, which was already ran 4 hours, so I didn't even include it because
Yeah.
I
plenty
couldn't
to-
even download it because I download your episodes to
Oh, yeah?
listen to on my phone when I don't have like data or whatever, and I
Uh-huh.
couldn't download it because it was too long.
once we get to audio RSS feed stuff, then that'll be not an issue, so you'll be
Okay.
good. But Sorry about that. But yeah,
It's
so
okay.
me and her recorded for like 5.5 hours just talking about the haunting of Hill House, and then we had an hour-long conversation after that. And the recording actually stopped on David's laptop, and for I don't know how long.
What?
And so I'm like, oh shoot, let's hit record again. And so I
Oh.
accidentally clicked something on here during that time. But I had a whole write-up about how he pitched to Stephen King, Mike Flanagan. He pitched to Stephen King his interpretation of the Dark Tower series.
Okay.
And the whole book series. So he's like, here's my pitch, here's my view, and here's what I would do. And he pitched it to Stephen King, and Stephen King allowed him to, I'm guessing, buy the rights to it. And now he owns the rights for
Whoa.
adapting a Dark Tower.
Yeah,
If
it's
anyone
also
can
a
do it,
hard
it's
one
Mike
that people have tried
Flanagan.
to adapt, and it's always been really not good.
Yeah, and it's funny because the reason why he is at Amazon is part of that, because the main executive, I did a whole bunch of research one day on this. The executive,
tell.
the main executive at Amazon TV, who produced stuff like The Boys and Man on High Castle, he's been there for
Yeah,
years.
the more critically acclaimed stuff.
Yeah, he wants to do a Dark Tower series. He's been trying to do it for the last 10 years. He's never been able to get the rights from Stephen King. Now that Flanagan has it, they said eventually we're going to do one. So I'm like, that's cool. In a blue moon, we'll probably see that in like 5 years, but
10 years.
that'd be cool.
Another 10 years.
Okay,
We're halfway through the year.
we're halfway through the year, June. So in June 6th, I wrote down just a few here. Ballerina, from the world of John Wick. So
This looks pretty cool.
Anna de
haven't
Armas
seen
as a kick butt action chick in John Wick universe.
This
Sounds cool to
feels
me.
like the era of like Kill Bill and like the Matrix kind of movies.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean,
where there were a lot of like cool kick butt chicks,
Mm.
who were the center of movies. And
did
stuff.
you watch the trailer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks
It's good.
really cool.
Oh, your man Ian McShane is in this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ian
Okay,
McShane's
maybe
in
that's
it.
why I kept watching the trailer.
He's a good-looking old guy, that's for sure.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Man crush on, well, no, it's just straight up crush.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
He's a good-looking
know he's
old
a
guy.
dude.
He's got real fake teeth though in the fourth one.
Not to be
Real fake
confusing.
teeth.
Don't get confused now.
So he might be a chick.
He's got fake teeth. It's like he's
He's
in a
got
Michael
long
Bay movie.
hair. That's confusing.
David, not David. Man, I'm having a sick brain too. Sorry, Frankie.
Sorry.
That's the man I'm looking at right across from me.
That's the man.
Do you watch John Wick, or do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I don't know anything about Ballerina, but I've seen the John Wick movies. I like them.
Yeah, this is like their first spin-off or whatever.
Okay.
So, and Len Wiseman is directing, who did Underworld and Swamp Thing series.
Oh,
I
Underworld,
do
there you go,
love-
what I said.
Underworld is a good movies.
I did not know he did the Swamp Thing series.
Yeah, I have to
Adelaide.
finish
Oh, I
that.
didn't
surprised.
know.
I didn't continue it because I wanted to watch it with her, but I couldn't get the rest of the non-edited. I mean, the edited
TV
version.
edits, yeah.
Because you like to watch edited stuff.
Yeah, it's all on Max. if you guys wanna
I need to
watch.
finish
Who
that
watches
series because I love
edited
Swamp Thing.
stuff.
Well, Chelsea did.
I don't like the language.
She doesn't like the language, I guess. So.
Violence is kind of okay though to me, which is I don't understand it.
Maybe we should
Versus
sit her
anime
down and
too.
have her watch the opening 10 minutes of the first season of The Boys and just
Also-
see what.
wait,
No,
Lynn-
I'm never watching it.
Oh,
Wait.
what is it like season 3? The first.
No, not
episode?
3. Don't know. We're not gonna make her watch that. That's too far. Just the one where the chick
Is that the Trump
explodes. That's
season?
all.
No.
No. That's the 4th season that just came out.
Oh wow! Oh, there's more than I thought there was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did Len Wiseman do Rise of the Lycans too, or just the other
he did
older
the
one?
first and second one, I think. I could be wrong.
Because Rise of the Lycans is my favorite.
He did the 4th one, the 4th Underworld.
I watched that one.
Speaking of crushes, Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah. Is she?
I like all of them.
No wait.
I like all
No
of
wait.
them.
That's
Do you even like Van Helsing?
who's
I
the
do.
chick that's
Okay.
in who's the chick that's in the Resident Evil movies?
Mila.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not the same
Jovovich.
chick.
Yeah, Mila
Okay, thank
Jovovich.
God.
No, different.
She's
I
also
do-
in Monster Hunter, the movie.
Was that
Movie.
any good?
Um,
Tony Jaa's in it. That's
I
all I know.
liked it, but it had that quirky like. It's hard to describe because like the Pelico and other characters, you'll see them when you're playing the game, and they kind of like are quirky and like
It's
waving
like,
at you
uh,
over.
Is it like a nod to
Exuberant?
the fans and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it. I was hoping there would be a second one, but
Was
it
there-
didn't do very good in the box office. And I have
thought
friends who
that
have
was
watched
a
it, and they're like,
streaming movie. I
"Meh."
didn't know it came to theaters.
I bought it in 4K Blu-ray.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is it better than Borderlands?
Dedication.
I think it's better than Borderlands.
Oh, okay. Okay,
I did
I'm
like
down.
I did
I'm down to
like
watch.
Borderlands though. I also bought Borderlands in 4K. So if you would like to watch
I
them,
did not. buy
yes, I have a
Borderlands
whole
4K.
shelf full of movies. Jake, you've
I
seen
know.
them.
Borderlands. I'm like, oof. I don't know.
I
Did
was
you
in a
even watch
movie
it?
buying Spirit. I
Wow.
bought
Looks
about like 2
terrible.
other movies. I
I
was like,
know.
oh yeah, Borderlands, and I just grabbed it. You know, it just
Alright.
ended up in the basket.
You just have a bunch of
Alright.
video game based movies in a section that would be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Put some cool
I
video
did
game
buy-
figures.
Gran Turismo is actually really good.
That's what I heard.
I heard really good.
I,
It is
all the guys
really
who
good.
knew it told me it was really good. Yeah.
You know, I was talking to somebody and they're like, yeah, we're going to go watch this. Not Gran
I kept
Turismo.
calling it Forza.
No, he kept
I kept getting
Get out.
mixed up.
Get out. I'm back to kicking
What
people
was-
out of your
what was
house,
the
Jake.
Clint-
Get out.
What's the Clint Eastwood movie, Gran Torino?
Yeah,
She's like,
Gran
it's not Gran
Torino.
Torino.
No.
Yeah, it's not Gran Torino.
No.
I'm like, Gran Turismo? She's like, yeah, that one. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It's
And then
got the
next week I
dude,
talked to her and she's an older lady. She's like, oh, it's pretty good.
It's the guy that looks like Orlando Bloom, but he's in The Hobbit.
That's Orlando Bloom.
No, that's in Lord of the Rings. The guy from the little town that's in like
that
the
guy.
water.
Luke
yeah.
Evans?
Luke Evans.
Is that it? Yeah,
I
he
think so,
kind of looks
yeah.
like Orlando
Who's,
Bloom.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, Orlando Bloom's in Gran Turismo.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
oh, it
yeah.
is.
Yeah,
huh?
it is.
Oh shit.
He's also in the Hobbit.
It's the guy.
Okay.
He's also in the Hobbit.
Yeah.
Frank.
Okay.
He's also
you
in
know
Lord
what?
of the
I
Rings.
just scratched all of that. I just ruined everything. No, but it is really good. It is really good because it's based on the actual how Gran Turismo Academy started and stuff, and how people try and race and compete and become actual racers. But it's really cool.
Like Neil Blomkamp was the main reason I wanted to actually
too.
check it out. Yeah.
I'm like, this
I
is
have it on
He's
in
the,
Blu-ray.
in the video
just
game
saying.
scene. So.
well, this is like the first non-sci-fi thing he's done.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of
He
car,
just needs a paycheck.
speaking of car films, I'm going to jump down to F1 on June 27th. This is from starring Brad.
No. Why are we?
No. I just
He's
cars,
gonna
just
jump
cars.
back to it.
Oh.
Joseph Kosinski, the guy who did Top Gun Maverick and Oblivion.
Here, wait, I've never-
You got him making a car movie, and I'm like, the dude who did Top Gun Maverick is making a car movie with Brad Pitt. All right, F1, sign me up. I'd be down.
I haven't
I'd
seen
be
a
definitely
trailer.
down
He's
for
working
that.
with Brad Pitt
Have you
and he works with Tom
watched-
Cruise.
Driven
No, I think
with Sylvester Stallone.
no.
Okay.
I heard it's really good.
There
one
are
I
so
wanna
many
watch.
people that rag on that movie. Number one, it was one of the earlier car movies that wasn't.
Sylvester Stallone, huh?
What's the ones back in the day everybody was super into?
The action,
Fast and the Furious and
Fast
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Go, go,
not
go.
like overly action
Yeah.
based. It's a really good movie. I enjoy it
Hmm.
so much. I have that one on Blu-ray. You're more than welcome. Come watch it.
Okay,
I'd
be down for
I like that movie.
I'd be down to watch that.
You guys should do a Cars marathon.
Cars marathon. We watch. What do we watch? Gran
Not
Turismo,
Disney's Cars.
Driven.
No, we could
What else
watch
do we
Top
watch?
Gear. Old Top Gear.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Google
Oh.
live TV on Google has
No
a Top Gear
movies.
channel. It's nothing but Top
You
Gear
can
all the
access
time.
it from without the Google TV thing.
I have an Android. Both my TVs are Android TVs.
No, I'm gonna have to Google that later.
Yeah.
And Modern Marvels. Oh, now that's the one.
Oh, a lot
Yeah.
of the
Modern
camera
Modern
shots
Marvels
he
keeps
did.
coming back and forth. Sometimes it's on there and sometimes it's not. But I do like
Oh.
the because it's through. They actually Google uses other services too.
Oh, okay.
Top Gear is on Google's live TV stuff, but Modern Marvels is on Pluto. And
Oh,
sometimes
weird.
it pulls it and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know what's going on with that. But when it's up, I do watch it. It's what I go to bed to. I love learning about things and it puts you to sleep.
That's cool. That's really cool. Speaking of cool things, How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Okay, I know.
What do you guys think of this?
I know earlier I ragged on live action remakes, but this one actually looks really
I'm
good.
ragging on this one.
Okay, so
Wow.
you're ragging on this. All right.
I'm on the fence about ragging on it,
Ooh.
or
Ooh. Okay.
it might be good because I think the trailer is deceiving. I think they're
Ooh.
tricking us on purpose.
Oh.
I
think
think they're
so?
making the trailer
I
shot
didn't
for
think it
shot of the animated movie
Yeah, that's what I have a problem with.
for nostalgia purposes, right?
Yeah.
For people who were young when those movies came out. But I think when we actually watch the movie, it's going to be different because Chris Sanders, who directed it,
Dean
no.
DeBlois.
or
is
Dean
doing
DeBlois,
it, yeah.
sorry, Dean DeBlois, who directed it, directed the
The original
other movies,
trilogy,
yeah.
Him and Chris
And I
Sanders,
remember that when it was announced, people were like, "What?" and like upset or whatever. But he said he can't make it the same movie. So I'm like, then it's not the same movie.
Yeah, because
So.
this trailer, it's literally a copy and paste of the animated movie. And
Down to
that's
the
what
body
bothered me.
language
I'm like they've stooped down to Disney's level, and that
Stooped
made me
down.
mad. I was
Oh.
like, DreamWorks, you always stand out from Disney on purpose because that's what makes you good. and it just doesn't look good to me. Like I don't have a huge nostalgia for it either because I wasn't young when I watched it and stuff. So, I don't know if that's a
we were
game
adults.
changer at all.
That's why I liked it is because, and I didn't look into it more, but it was like, oh, this is gonna be more like the original, but live action, like seeing real people and so quote, CGI live dragons.
I don't know. Isn't it
cool.
weird that Toothless
No, because
is, like,
I'm tired of
cut
Disney
out of-
ruining my childhood with their freaking live action remakes. They've ruined
I'm
Lion
saying,
King.
though.
They've ruined Jungle Book. They've ruined everything
I
else.
like Jungle Book.
No, it was okay at best.
There were some
But
good
it doesn't
ones.
compare to the original one. And then again, back into this, decade of remasters, remakes, and reboots.
Yeah.
You're ruining a bunch of classic stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of Disney. Really, I'm just tired of
But
Disney.
you're like,
almost
okay,
in
this
general.
is the exact same thing.
Yes, because they're not trying to destroy it.
Yeah.
it
Watch.
looks like they are.
It's how they do it. If they can add new and still pay homage to what they're actually trying to remake of, then I'll be happy. But if you do it and you frick it up, I'm gonna be mad and I'm gonna kick you in the gosh darn shins.
So I
Not my
understand
shins.
why you're like you're frustrated, Chelsea,
Yeah.
because it's shot for shot. I understand.
I was
that.
just so disappointed.
It's a teaser trailer. They have to do stuff like that because they know they're going to get that emotional stuff from the people.
That's what this whole point of this trailer
But
was for sure. It was
Dean
trying to get
DuBois,
those
which I
people.
only mentioned, who's coming back, who did all the animated trilogy. It's funny. He's doing this, and Chris Sanders is a part of the live-action Lilo and Stitch remake, which I didn't include in this list in the same month.
I was actually kind of excited.
I'm kind of excited too, a little bit there.
I was like,
but I'm,
Lilo and Stitch. Oh wait, this actually looks good.
Chris Sanders making that
yeah.
money, man.
Yeah, he's voicing Stitch forever. But anyway, so like, I'm super hyped because it looks of quality. Now, I was worried about
disagree, but
the
okay.
interpretation of the dragons and if they would keep the designs. Looks like they are.
Well,
They're straight
they
up
are.
keeping all the
That's
designs. Which is
another
super
thing
cool.
too, because it looks like somebody took Photoshop and cut out Toothless from the movie, the animated movie, and just put him in the.
No, way
No
more.
way.
detail.
Yeah.
Way more work than that. but-
Way
I know,
more.
I know.
But
I'm
the
exaggerating.
animation,
but
the animation looks like just.
it looks like
the
animation.
Just look like the animated version.
It looks like the Disney
Like the way his
live-action
eyes
animation
close, the whole like movement of him looks exactly the same, which makes sense that they're gonna do that. Cause live action, like I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's
The one thing that did impress me though was Gerard Butler. I was like,
yeah, he looks
wow.
great.
I was like,
He
he's
looks
actually
fantastic.
in this as himself as he was, and then I was like, okay, like I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's pretty talented.
Yeah.
Like to do that.
So
Because usually they just recast the whole thing all the time,
hmm.
and this time they're not, which is what I was like really surprised. I was like, wow, they let him come back and do what he wanted to do. So
But
I don't
here's
know.
the thing. They said we're gonna do this with or without you, is what they told him.
and
And he said, all right, I guess I'm gonna do it. And so he's writing and directing this remake of what I have it written down. HTTYD.
How to Train Your Dragon.
How to
that's how
Train
the
Your Dragon.
fans call it. It's too long.
Yeah.
Your link to 28 years later is to the How to Train Your Dragon trailer.
Oops, sorry.
But it doesn't matter.
Speaking of which,
like the exact
I'm just
same
going to
thing.
hand it over to Frankie 28 years later, May 20th. What do you think?
I think last time we actually talked about this when we
did.
text each
We
other the
did.
trailer. You're like, oh, I think it's going to be pushed back. If they push that back and there's a hard date now, I'm going to be really upset. Someone
June
else is going to
20th.
get their shins kicked in. I'm so excited because not that long ago, I did 28 days later and 28 weeks later. And when I got the article that said 28 years later is coming out, I'm so excited. This is going to be a good movie. The trailer looked good.
The trailer's
I'm hyped.
fantastic.
I haven't seen.
Oh,
the trailer.
man.
Well, I'm not a fan of.
Oh my God, we have to watch it after we're done recording. It's that good.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
the trailer's that creepy and cool.
Oh, I'm
and
watching the
awesome.
trailer.
It's
I
cool
haven't
because
seen the originals though.
the title, it goes off of the timeline of this infection, and 28 years later just sounds really cool. And then they were like,
Yeah.
oh, let's jump way into the future with this epidemic. And
And they're
this-
not doing a thing where it's like in movies. Usually, it's like by the end of the movie, oh, we found the solution to this.
No, it's like,
disease,
how do
and
we
it's like,
continue
no,
on
realistically,
with
we keep going.
this plague happening to humanity?
Ralph Fiennes and Cillian Murphy.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy's back.
Yeah.
And in the
That's some
trailer,
big,
there's debates on
that's some
that
big
zombie
names.
raising up. If that's him, that's not him. The actor who plays that zombie said, "I'm not Cillian Murphy, y'all." Yeah, he's on Twitter. He like retweeted the trailer and he's like, "Guys, that's not Cillian Murphy. I'm not."
Everybody
him."
flooding the
and everybody's
Twitter
like, "What?
page.
That's not him." But I'm excited. Danny Boyle's back from the original, who's directing it, as well as Alex Garland writing it, who did Civil War last year, which is actually pretty good. So I'm excited for it. I need to actually sit down and watch 28 Days Later because it's been really. I almost bought it like 4 years ago on Blu-ray, but then I didn't get a chance. It's expensive. And then it went out of print.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like crap.
I've had 28 Days Later since it was in like a $7 Blu-ray bin at Walmart.
Yeah.
But I went to go buy 28 Weeks Later. I spent like $50 on it.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
And this was like a year and a half ago. But totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Totally
bro,
worth it.
it's been out so long. You guys should make it cheaper, not more expensive.
Except they're not printing it anymore, so it's getting harder to
You
find.
have to rent it to stream
Yeah, they
it.
just allowed it to be rentable on Apple, I think.
It says Amazon Prime
Or
for
Amazon.
$4.
If you have
Amazon, yeah.
Sony Core, you could probably buy it on there because it's a
Sony
Who
it's a
has
Sony film.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do because I have
I've
a
never even
PlayStation.
heard of that.
Yeah, I have it because I have PlayStation and PlayStation Plus. You get like 100 movies a month. They're free and they
I
rotate them.
typed
out.
in the
Yeah,
other
it's part
one.
of
The other
part of
one's not
subscription.
popping up.
No longer the PlayStation View or whatever they used to call it.
Oh yeah,
They used to call it that. I remember I had the app on
that
the
was way
PS3.
forever ago.
Yeah. But yeah, 20 years later, I'm excited. I'll probably go if I'm not on a fire, Frankie. I'll go see it with you because I'll probably be on
I'm
fire.
going
at
with
that
or
point.
without you.
I'm like, wait, I'm coming back in like 3 hours. Sucks to be you.
I told you 1
Everybody's
o'clock.
like,
Good luck
I'm
fighting
ordering
fire.
Everybody's
shit.
like,
Yeah.
Where's Frankie?
Frankie's
I
on
thought
the
we were
boat.
gonna go
Bye,
see it.
Jake.
Frankie walked in
Leaving
the
him on
door.
the
I
island.
just saw it
I'm
twice.
in my PPE in the theater. I'm like sitting down watching it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so moving on, July. I'm intrigued what you guys think of this Jurassic World Rebirth. Here's what it's about.
Okay.
Scarlett Johansson is the main
Perfect.
character
I'll go watch it. Yeah.
and directed by Gareth Edwards, who did what was that film Adelaide that we all loved, the robot one?
Creator.
Creator. He did the Creator. He did
I trust him.
the Godzilla movie back in 2014. He's a good director. I like him.
Oh,
have him do-
Fierro's in it.
To have him be a Jurassic World pick, because they're like, oh, we want to do another Jurassic movie because of money. What do we want to do? And it turns out him and another writer got together. and
Michael
pitched
Crichton
it. They got greenlit.
wrote it.
Whoa.
No. That's just
Wait.
because he was his original novel. That's the only reason
So
he's
are
on the
you
IMDb.
sure? He's credited.
Yes, dude. J.R.R. Tolkien's on the IMDb for Lord of the Rings. So
Yeah.
stop
Okay,
it.
never mind.
He's dead.
He's dead. The Hobbit 2013. J.R.R. Tolkien.
He's in there. Yeah. Legally, they got to do that.
What do you guys think? A new Jurassic World film looks like a reboot-ish thing.
I'm tired of Jurassic Park.
No, ever
It-
since the
it-
first Jurassic World, I'm just like, I'm out.
It
This
doesn't
is
look
so
bad,
stupid.
and I like Jurassic World, but it's the same thing as the Marvel stuff and Mission Impossible. Just let it die already. It also means because I own the entire rest of the collections, I now have to
Jurassic
buy
Park
this.
movies?
Yeah, you have to
I
buy
own
this now,
all
yeah.
of them and Jurassic World. So, like,
Yep.
out of posterity, I have to buy this one.
You're
to
a
maintain
slave to the
a
collection.
It went from like
capitalism.
6 film collection after that Dominion one or whatever. And you know, like a year and a half from now, they're going to be like, all right, 7 film collection
7 film
with
10
Rebirth.
collection.
I own all the Harry Potters. I own the Wizarding World movies, all of them. You know what I mean? Like, when it's not... If there's 1 or 2 to a movie and you can miss one without the other, but when you have a whole collection, I have the box set for James Bond.
Yeah.
Damn it. It's got all of them from 1972, I think.
Yes, 72.
I think
yeah.
mom
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
that one.
Or 62.
She was like, oh, wow.
I think
It's
it's
at
62.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Blu-ray box set.
Yeah. They had
$80.
It's been around too, yeah. So,
I'm okay to skip this.
yeah,
this
Jurassic
movie.
World. I'm the only thing that excuse me, the only thing that gets me about this is that I'm like, oh, it's going to be a cash-in film. Gareth Edwards, sure, he's a good director, but the studio's going to take care
I
of
mean,
this.
we've
Like,
had this problem since Jurassic World came out. Since
Yeah.
that one, they went nostalgia for the. Oh, are you still recording?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I just
I saw you
screensaver.
exit out
I
of
just
it.
have to wipe the screensaver every once in a while. That's
But yeah, so Jurassic World, like that one.
those ones weren't even that good.
Well, no, like nostalgia. It's so obvious, like grossly obvious.
Mhm.
They're using nostalgia. There's nothing else besides that, and trying to like up that a little bit, like by making more ridiculous dinosaurs. And pretty soon you're gonna have like robo dinosaurs at
How
some
many
point.
people though have tried to steal the genetics from these stupid eggs? And it's not like here's a story where they actually stole it. Here's another lab not contained on these stupid islands,
It's the exact.
and now
same.
it's getting out. It's literally
Yeah.
they keep going back to these group
So-
of
Yeah.
islands. That they've
So here's the little brief like summary on IMDb. It says 5 years post Jurassic World Dominion, an expedition braves isolated equatorial regions to extract DNA from 3 massive prehistoric creatures for a medical breakthrough. That's all they give. I think the details of the script that I heard was like they found out just from some dinosaurs in the wild that they can use their DNA to fight cancer or something like that, or some very uncurable disease.
Of course.
And so they sent Scarlett Johansson to go get it, and you got dinosaurs.
You're just
That's
going to
who
give
I
humans
would
a whole new
send.
disease
Scarlett
from doing
Johansson
this.
could save me.
Well, also, that's the other thing that gets me is apparently she doesn't take kindly to poor scripts. Like she's turned down a lot of projects in the past that she didn't think were quality, unquote. And she says, I don't do that. If the script's good, I'll go do it. And the fact that they offered it to her and she said yes, it could be a money thing, but I would like to believe it's maybe quality.
I heard that too about her, and a lot of the Transformers community were all like, "That's right," because she was in
she's a
the
Transformers
one.
one.
And they're like, "Well, if she doesn't, she only picks the right scripts, and it's a good
Also,
movie."
she probably
Maybe.
has some
We'll
kids
see.
of her own, though, which
she's
is
got
why
kids.
which is
she's
why
got
Chris
kiddos.
Hemsworth did that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew nothing about Transformers.
No, he didn't.
Have
Going
you seen
into it,
Transformers 1, Frankie?
I almost bought it this weekend though while I
You
was
need
at
to watch it.
It's
Walmart
really good.
because I saw it on the
Really
little end
good.
cap there, and I was like, the kids
really
would
good.
really like this.
Oh,
But we're in the middle. If I buy it, the kids will want to watch it, and we're in the middle of a series for movie nights.
Oh, okay.
Just hide
So no, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Have you met Luca? He's nosy as heck.
Okay, yeah. But dude, when you get done with Maze Runner, pick that one night. It's really good. Like,
All right.
really freaking good. Like, very surprising.
it's really crazy. This is not involved with Jurassic Park, but it's crazy about. Well, it's a remake, so I guess it's kind of
Yeah.
involved. The original. The final script for Transformers 1 was released 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Or at the beginning of December, and so everyone's been reading the script, and there's some interesting
Like what it
details
used
that
to be.
changes the I guess perception of what you might think is shown on screen. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's something at the end that's really interesting, and then the deleted scenes and original storyboards for the film have been released, and people are going like
Yeah, the
crazy about
storyboards
what
are
the
pretty
film
great.
could have looked like and how we're all happy of how it ended up because it tells a totally different message.
For some reason, the Twitter algorithm has like subdued me with multiple fan accounts of Transformers stuff.
Probably because you follow me.
Probably because I follow you, but also maybe because like I've just liked different posts or whatever that people post. But man, those fans are rabid, Adelaide. Gotta watch out.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Speaking of rabid fans, I'm gonna be a rabid fan of this next one, which is Superman on July
I'm actually
11th.
excited for this one. I saw the trailer, and I'm not a huge Superman fan, but I saw it, and I was like, I want to go see this. Like,
Yeah.
this looks good.
What do you think,
It looks
Frankie?
fun. It looks fun.
Superman. Have you seen the trailer?
Crypto and Superdog.
Yes, I did see the trailer actually.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
just-
Sonic 3, they played it.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
I'm so burnt out on so many things. Like I want to see
If
some
you wanna-
originality again. That's the hard part, and it's not just movies or shows. It's a lot of entertainment media makes it so hard to want to keep seeing or watching or
That's
playing.
what burnout
things.
feels like, Frank.
I know, and it's hard, but like
Yeah.
Did you
I
watch
just-
the old ones? Christopher
Yeah.
Reeve?
Yeah.
yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
Well, you and me have had
It's been
this
a long
discussion,
time.
Frankie, before on the anime episodes where I'm like, it seems like to me, just from an outsider's point of view, because I'm weeb adjacent, I'm not an actual weeb, is that it seems like in anime, that's where the most creativity is going right now. That's where I find the most interesting stories just from a overview's eye. And I'm like, like I can name a ton of anime out there, but it seems like the most unique stories that are the most captivating to me are in anime.
Well, compared
Because
to
you can
Western
do
media,
because you can do more in animation, one thing, and number two, yes, Chelsea, because
it's
a different culture.
Yeah.
So
No, but even like when the villainess is reincarnated type animes that have come out, and then you've seen a bunch of them.
Oh man, yeah.
They always have their own twist. There's some
Mm.
originality to it, and this is just like
When I
it's
saw they
more
were
of the
making like
same
a
as what it
third
feels like.
copycat show, I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna follow this train. I'm not gonna.
But like reincarnated as a spider, reincarnated as a
the
vending
slime-
machine,
and
right?
every isekai now has to have a slime in it.
Yeah,
and-
but like I started the reincarnated as an S rank monster with the what's Behemo or whatever the
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
babes.
no.
with the babes,
He's
you
like
know?
a behemoth, the giant like tiger, like cat, like S tier
Yes.
monster.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's like reincarnated, so he's like a little kitten, and he's like getting all these crazy abilities. So, but it's,
that's
but you know
unique.
what I mean? Like they add their own spin to it. They're going to add their own thing,
Right.
which if you watch Reincarnating as a Spider, and I know we're not talking
You know
about
exactly
movies,
what you're getting, pretty much.
it's going to be the same thing, but different, but there's enough difference to make it feel unique. And some of these,
It's
reboots,
like, what's your
remakes.
favorite color but the isekai?
yeah, but
Yeah.
like some of these movies, it's just like they have,
the same.
yeah, it feels the same. They're going for that same tone, that
I
same.
feel like with these movies, there's a weight on the actor who is playing the main character
right.
because everybody is like, okay, Christopher Reeves was the best Superman. What can you give us? And can you live up to that? And that's on every actor's shoulders, I think. Whenever you're doing a franchise, and right now that's a lot of talk. People Christopher Reeves is buzzing. The word is buzzing.
Once Ryan Reynolds stops Deadpool, if he ever stops, they will never be able to replace him.
No.
Like he is the best Deadpool, and the best part about it is that is his true nature, his personality.
Yeah,
And it's a character that's a character that lets him be him. So you're never gonna get a more genuine character from anybody else.
It's like the Free Guy movie that was literally just Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And Ryan Reynolds, yeah.
But it is. It's another Superman movie. I may or may watch it. It did look
We got
good,
Crypto the
but I'm not
dog.
excited for it. If that makes
I
sense.
loved the action. I'm excited for that action, dude. When he ran and everything was in slow-mo and he shielded the little girl or whatever. That got me really excited. And I loved it when Crypto saved him. Because that was something in like the cartoons.
Yeah.
But it looked good. And it worked. So I'm excited.
What do you think, Adelaide?
Adelaide.
About Superman?
Yeah, James Gunn's Superman.
Not a selection I would make for my movie ticket prices, but I would see it if it's streaming on Max.
Okay. All right.
It looked okay.
Yeah.
It looks more like they're leaning toward like Silver Age comic
Yeah.
books
Yeah, I
on
think so.
screen, which I appreciate. So, which actually the next movie is
Well, we're
also leaning toward that.
yeah, that is
so.
leaning heavily toward that too. But dude, so I've been following this film for a long time, ever since James Gunn and Peter Safran
Superman.
decided to. Ever since Warner Brothers got bought, they switched up leadership, and James Gunn and Peter Safran are the leaders of DC, and they're no longer under Warner Brothers Motion Picture. They're under just a DC Studios.
Mm-hmm.
So they report directly to David Zaslav, the CEO, which all the animation community hate because he keeps
Yeah.
screwing it up. So, but it's really cool because it's James Gunn writing and directing. He's like, here's what I wrote and here's what I pitched. So he pitched this, and they said, that's actually pretty good. We'll go for it. And then this is the culmination of that. And the trailer says it begins, which is the new DC universe.
Well, people were worried that because James Gunn was doing it, it was just going to be, Superman, but Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I guess everything he's touched kind of feels like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, he's only done.
I haven't watched any of it, though.
He's done
so.
Suicide Squad. It's the only major thing he's done besides Guardians.
Yeah.
Which was that was the beginning. He got canceled or
Well, the
whatever.
monster
DC's
show
like,
he
we'll take
did-
you. What do you want to do? Suicide Squad? Well, we already did one, but sure. Yeah. Well, you can do it.
Sure.
And I'm excited because it feels like the old Christopher Reeves feel. I didn't know that was the feeling they were going to do
again,
it.
nostalgic
I didn't know that was going to be
thing.
the feeling they go with. I thought it's really smart. And to get the more general audience to latch onto it.
I mean, that music helps too.
the music.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
exactly. The
classic
music.
Well,
Even the look
also,
at him, too.
You know that James Gunn is I think he's such a dedicated fan to not just comic books, but the legacy of like comic book movies, so Christopher Reeves and stuff. So you definitely feel like it's a love letter honoring Christopher Reeves' legacy, but at the same time, it's something new. So with James Gunn's own
until we see it really.
thing.
Yeah,
But
it could
I'm
be,
excited.
for all I know, it could be horrible. It could be an absolute
It
trash
could be
movie.
garbage.
It could be, or just
Yeah.
underwhelming. Who knows? But I have faith in James Gunn. I don't think it's going to be a bad film at all. I think it's going to be some James Gunn isms are in there, like the weird alien he's fighting in the trailer. Guy Gardner as Nathan Fillion as Guy
Yeah, that
Gardner
was
with the
weird
bowl
thing. I was
cut.
like,
It looks so
"Ooh, I
funny.
don't know."
He looks pretty
Like
bad.
when the leaked set
I
photos
don't
came
think he's a
out
good
and you
fit.
saw Nathan Fillion as Guy
Not
Gardner,
another
like,
bad wig.
why does his hair look like that? And then you look at the comics. That's how he looks like in the comics. So I think that's just funny.
Personality wise, Nathan Fillion has it. He just does not look like Guy Gardner at all.
Mhm.
Like at all.
I've heard some theories of what the plot could be about, but they're just theories, so I won't regale them here. But I'm excited to just see. Also, this dude, David Cornsweet, is the guy's name who plays Superman. Never seen him in anything before. He looks like he fits the part. He looks like he's going to be good in it.
Like his breakout movie.
Yeah, he's been in like Netflix stuff and I think some Amazon shows. But I'm excited for it. And dude, Marvelous Miss Maisel as Lois Lane.
That's
perfect
who that
casting.
is? Okay.
Just perfect casting.
Yeah, because you love that show.
Crap.
Marvelous Miss Maisel is fantastic.
It's legit one of the best
But
shows
now,
out.
after hearing that she doesn't like things with crude language,
Dude, Chelsea, you'd
understand-
love that.
I
If you can get past the
understand
language,
why,
you would love Marvelous.
I don't
but
think I would like.
it's
I don't
really
think I would
good.
like her. I think she's.
it's a
like,
really
good.
show.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know why I like it. I just like it a lot. It's really freaking good. Like,
It's good.
I highly recommend it for everybody.
Everybody.
Even mom and dad watched like the first 2 episodes and they're like, "Yeah, we're done."
Well,
but it was
okay.
not bad. Not
Mom
bad.
and me had when she told me
Mom
about
said
it.
the
I had
same
the same
thing.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the kids. Like
Yeah, it's like
she doesn't
Yeah,
focus on her kids.
Yeah.
in this. I have a
yeah, they're
problem
kind of
with
like
that
just
too.
in the background the whole time.
Yeah.
yeah. So
I have problems.
I get that, but
Anyway.
anyway.
Next movie.
So speaking of Silver Age, Frankie, you brought up a good point, and Adelaide, you did too. Fantastic Four: First Steps. This is Marvel's first interpretation
I want a trailer,
of
man.
Fantastic Four.
Enough with the rumors.
Directed by Matt Shackman, this is the guy's name, and he did WandaVision, and so
Okay.
I loved WandaVision.
I love
it was
WandaVision
gonna
too.
be
Okay.
John Watts who's gonna direct this. Actually, the guy who did all the Spider-Man MCU films, but he went on to do Skeleton Crew
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's like,
he's
I don't want to do
doing
Marvel,
something.
Oh,
I want to do Star
wow.
Wars, and they're like, okay, what do you want to do? Skeleton Crew.
Yeah,
All
it's
right, cool.
excellent.
And so Matt Shackman, the guy who did WandaVision, is the guy who's doing this. He seems like a good director. I liked WandaVision. What's his name? Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic.
Mr.
I'm intrigued to see
Fantastic.
what he does.
He's
Dude,
got dad
Joseph-
energy. He could
Joseph
probably pull
freaking
it off.
Quinn as Johnny Storm. I'm really intrigued to see what
Who's
he does.
who's
with
the
that.
thing?
The guy from he was in The Bear.
Why didn't they bring back what's his name? He was
Oh,
even in
oh.
Deadpool.
Who? Which one? Oh,
They-
Chris Evans.
Yes, because remember he was originally
Oh.
Johnny Storm in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
like 2000
And
whatever,
he did a good job.
and he did a really
Yeah,
good job.
I liked
Yeah.
him.
And
I
the
love those
best
movies.
part is, I remember sitting at the movies, and everybody goes, "Is it Captain America or is it Johnny Storm?" in the movie, and it's like it's in MCU. You have to pick. And
That
of
was
course
a
it
really-
flame on.
That was a really funny gag
Yeah.
in Deadpool Wolverine. That was great. Because you're thinking I'm not very smart, so I'm like, who is it? Who
I'm
is
not
it?
very
And I'm like, I
smart.
saw
I've
Chris
seen that
Evans. I was like,
face
who
before.
is
Well, when he
it?
comes up and he's got
Yeah.
like the cloak on, I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's Captain America." And then he like takes the cloak off, and I'm like, "Oh, you see
And he
the
does the
four."
superhero landing.
Yeah,
thing,
and I was like, "Oh, who's the guy from Fantastic Four?" Right? Because it's been so long, and he's like, "Flame on!" And he of course gets his butt kicked.
Yeah.
was great.
The guy who plays the Thing was in Girls. He was in the John Adams series. He was also in a bunch of different
I
random
need a
things.
face.
His name is Ebon Moss Bachrach. Or Bachrach.
You butchered that. Also,
I did.
dude or
Totally.
chick?
Yeah.
He looks
No,
It
no,
could be
name,
Scandinavian.
name.
You don't know.
Ebon. Ooh, that could go either way. But no, apparently he
Moss
was in The Bear
Bachrach.
as a most recent notable thing.
Okay.
And people loved him in that, and so he's.
Yeah, I
the
want a
Thing.
trailer already. Come on, man.
I love how
I
apparently.
think maybe they're perfecting it. There's
They're
so
giving
little
time.
info.
They're
It's
giving
like
time.
really
Michael Giacchino's doing the score. I'm super excited to see what he does
love him.
because he could give us an Incredibles-like score. So it'd be perfect to do that.
Fun
with
fact, it has
for
nothing to
Fantastic
do
Four.
with this, but his son Mick Giacchino is doing the Skeleton Crew music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's crazy.
But
And he did the music for the Penguin. Mick Giacchino,
what? No
his son.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good score. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm intrigued to this because apparently we're gonna get Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom in this. We're also gonna get this in
know.
an.
I don't
This
know
is
if that's
also
true,
in
though.
a different universe than the MCU, but they're gonna eventually travel. From what the theories I've heard is, at the end they're gonna somehow make their way to the MCU because Galactus is the main villain. So it's like, I bet you they're gonna fail at the end of the film, lose their universe, and have to go to the MCU or something to that extent. Also,
Good idea,
it's
I
supposed to be like a
guess.
50s like Jetsons kind of futurism thing.
Yeah, like flying
where-
cars.
Yeah, like flying cars and stuff. It sounds cool. Like
Sounds cute, yeah.
it's supposed to be like a retro, like 50s kind of vibe.
And
which
I
would be
really
cool.
liked how they recreated that comic book cover of all of them together. And they made it look like
Yeah.
a paint, kind of matte
Yeah.
paint. Yeah, it looked really cute.
Yeah, Of the one MCU thing, this is the thing that I'd say get excited for. Nothing else really. Like Thunderbolts,
I just hope they don't.
Captain America, But I have faith they can do good in this. But if they're gonna do Avengers in like 2027, this is like it's 2 years away.
Another event.
We're gonna kind of close.
Because next one doesn't have like hardly any info on.
So speaking of cutting it close, and cutting it close with some very questionable things of why this even exists. August 1st is releasing the Naked Gun remake.
Can we talk about both of this one and the one after that just as like a remake thing?
Yeah, we can butt that
So
together. So we have Naked Gun, the remake on August 1st, and we have a sequel called Freakier Friday, the sequel to Freaky Friday.
So stupid.
Mrs. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are coming back, and they're older, much older, and
is it gonna be like Lindsay Lohan's kids, and then Jamie Lee Curtis is supposed to be?
I have no idea. All we know is that at this point in the like timeline of 2025 and January, there's very few we know after like July, like very few details of all the movies. In fact, in September, I only listed one film because nothing really stood out to me. So I'm like, eh. So Naked Gun, Freaker Friday. What do you guys feel like when you hear these two things?
Like
you get remakes, you get sequels to older films. Is it a tired thing? Frankie, you already went and do a diatribe about this.
Naked Gun's old enough though that it's okay for a remake.
Mm-hmm.
When did it come out?
In the 80s?
Yeah, early 80s.
Leslie Nielsen is the guy.
Yeah, it's old.
Okay.
Like
Just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I think that might be okay. I don't know anything about it, and I didn't see any trailers, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's no trailers out.
It up, there's like
you know,
no
nothing.
info.
Yeah.
That's
All
a
we know is the
40-year gap.
cast.
That's a whole generation has moved up and on, and a younger generation
Right. Nobody's even gonna remember what that is or know what it is.
Could we get a remake of Blazing Saddles though? You know, it's been 50
and not in
years.
this day and age.
Yeah,
Not today, maybe.
space. In space.
In space? What?
Could you imagine them saying the N-word in
Cowboys.
space? Oof, man.
No, sorry.
You
it's not
could
gonna
probably
happen.
get away with it if like the comedy writers of LA got together and made it because they still stand for like
Seth Rogen in Blazing Saddles.
No, not
No.
There's like all the stand-up
make it worse.
comedians down at in the comedy stores down in LA and stuff. Like they
They
still
could get away
believe
with it if a
Yeah,
black
they
writer
If
still
was
you
on
get
believe
like
the,
Tony
on the table.
Hinchcliffe and all his crew writing it, that'd be kind of cool. And they'd go for it. I bet.
For the director, it's the Lonely Island guy who did. He's part of the Lonely Island
Yeah.
with Andy Samberg.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
directing it.
Yeah, Kiefer Schaefer, he did a
But
bunch of SNL stuff.
They also together did the Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie, and
That
I'm
was
not
so bad.
Oh
a fan
God,
of
that's
that.
right.
Yeah, that's so bad.
Liam Neeson is going to be Leslie Nielsen's character. You also have
Really?
Pamela Anderson. Kevin Durant's in this, and Paul Walter Hauser, who was in Richard Jewell and a bunch of other stuff. Cobra Kai. He's also in Cobra Kai. He's a great actor. He's also going to be the robot in Fantastic Four. So Paul Walter Hauser is working a lot here. But just Kevin Durant. Me hearing Kevin Durant's in this, I'm like,
what?
He's probably a villain.
he's probably going to be the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be horrible. But just from hearing the pitch.
I kind of don't care though.
Yeah. Okay,
You know.
so Naked Gun. What about Freaky Friday? What do we got?
Also,
Freakier
I also
Friday.
don't care. Also, I think it's stupid.
It's also
I guess
Disney.
I care a little bit then.
It's also Disney who's doing it.
You care enough to
I think it's
loathe
stupid.
it. Yeah.
That
Loathe
name is stupid. That's a stupid name.
Freakier Friday.
No,
It
it's a good
implies,
sequel name.
yeah, it implies a sequel.
It's a good sequel,
yeah.
But
It's like woohoo.
yeah,
It's even more wacky.
But that's another nostalgia bait thing. I see.
see, and I
It's
don't
more
feel
baity, I
that
think,
way.
than
I
the
just,
Naked Gun thing.
I feel like it's someone trying to throw Lindsay Lohan a bone.
I mean,
That's
she's
fair.
she's
She's
cool.
gained more popularity.
She's
though.
gained more popularity. She's
He's
coming
also
back.
cleaned up quite a bit.
Yeah. She's got she's got a family now. Like, and that's what
That's
I
the thing.
think
I think
this
it's
could
gonna
be
be her
about.
family in the
It's going to be
movie.
her family and Grandma Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, oh.
What
And
if
then just
Grandma
swap
Jamie
brain.
Lee Curtis swapped minds with the grandkid?
That would be funny. I mean, I feel like there's
A big generational
there's a
gap
crumb
there.
of tender, loving care that you could pull out of this movie and emotion that you can get. But
That's
I
what
feel
people
like
say about the first one.
I know, but I feel like I don't know. I don't care about Freaky Friday, honestly, but to get Freakier Friday, it's intriguing to watch, but I don't know. I won't watch it, but
Yeah.
at least it's not going to be on like Disney Plus day one. It's just like, hey, we're going to put this in theaters because it's a movie. So
What the heck is this next one?
So speaking of movies and movies that'll release.
Speaking of movies.
So the
By
film.
the way.
So the film
Checker
Nobody.
dude.
So is it Bob Odenkirk? Yeah, Bob Odenkirk, who was in Better Call Saul and stuff. He was in that movie Nobody, which was like that John Wick film, kind of. Yeah. Did you? It was like that action film, kind of like John Wick. It was really fun. He was like a retired assassin. Christopher Lloyd's in the first one as like the dude with a shotgun. It's great. Like it's a really fun action film. This is the follow-up to that. Different director. Bob Odenkirk's back. He actually, I think, chipped like a bunch of teeth on the first shoot. He really went for it. Like he was doing a bunch of his own stunts, working with the stunt team. And it was a really entertaining film. This is just a follow-up, and it releases on my birthday, August 15th. So that'd be cool.
What's that dude's last name?
Bob Odenkirk. I think that's his name. Let me double check.
Your director says Timo.
Yeah, the director is different. It's
Janto.
I don't know who the director is.
Well, Bob Odenkirk is the main guy.
Bob Odenkirk's the main guy who's the main character.
You're talking about the actor.
The actor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it looks, I don't know. We know nothing about it. It's just a sequel to Nobody. So, it'd be cool.
Sounds like Jake's excited for. Oh, your link to the next one is an error.
Is it an error?
404 error.
Oh, no.
They wiped it off of IMDb.
No. Here, let me search and put it in there. But The Bride is, excuse me.
What is that?
So basically, it's a reinterpretation of The Bride of Frankenstein. This is the only film that stood out to me in September. Maggie Gyllenhaal's writing and direct this.
Bale.
Is that his daughter or his wife?
That's his brother.
No,
sister.
Maggie Gyllenhaal's
sister.
Nope, it's a brother.
Are you sure it's a
Dude or chick?
Are you sure it's a dude?
Maggie's a guy named, right?
Maggie Gyllenhaal's in The Dark Knight. Rachel. Who's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Maggie.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, Jake Gyllenhaal's sister,
Stranger Than Fiction.
is
Yeah.
writing and directing a Bride of Frankenstein film with Christian Bale as Frankenstein. That sounds pretty cool.
What was the one that Lisa Frankenstein?
I heard that was really good.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard that was actually good.
I heard it was not good.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
It's based off a young adult book.
It looked funky.
You got people like Penelope Cruz in this and Peter Sarsgaard. You got an interesting cast.
Its release date couldn't make it to October for a Frankenstein movie.
I know. That's what.
That's interesting.
Well, also
They'll probably
there's-
move. They'll probably move it.
No, I think they're going to keep it there because this is September. Nothing that I see. Like, you have a Conjuring film, Downton Abbey 3, and a Saw film. That's really what you have listed right now. But
Downton
we'll
Abbey's
see.
gonna make money.
Go make a lot of money. All right, October. We're almost there, guys. So, Michael. So, this is another biopic
Michael.
about Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Played by Jafar Jackson, his nephew.
Oh, no way.
Oh,
And directed by Antoine Fuqua. You know? Just super interesting.
No, I don't.
Miles Teller also is in the film as somebody. And it's basically the life of Michael Jackson.
Wow.
And the Jackson
Look at
family
his-
is going to
of
be
course
part
he
of the
could do-
creation of this.
Okay.
I heard great things about what this is.
This
Look
could
at
be
his
really good
face.
because
He looks like
he,
him.
he could, yeah. But there used to be, back in the day, VH1 and like, I forgot the other channel. They had
VH1 MTV?
no, it was like TBS or something. They had a lot
Oh,
of.
I think I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember.
Like,
Yeah.
Hallmark-esque type movies. I don't know how else to describe them.
Mhm.
VH1 had a movie about Michael Jackson. It started when he was a kid up till when he started to get famous. I remember one day watching it before work, and I was closing at TJ Maxx way back when. I was like, oh, I want to watch this movie. Don't know the title of it. Don't know anything. And I only missed the last 20 minutes, and I am so upset about it because the rest of the movie was really good.
Yeah.
And
And it's like it was a drama, right? It was like actors playing him.
yeah,
Okay.
like as a kid, and I don't remember.
I think
what
I
it's
know the
called.
one you're talking about, too.
But
it's
it
like
was
it's a
just
drama,
like a-
right?
It was like a
He does look just like it.
Yeah.
like a.
I've seen that, actually. I think me and Mom watched it,
It was
years
on-
ago.
Yeah,
Years ago.
It was like a VH1 special,
And it
or
wasn't bad.
something.
Like,
Yeah,
it was actually pretty cool. Like, they did a good job. Showed, like, how hard he had it growing up and being forced to do all this stuff,
Yeah.
you know? But he gained a great talent and was a natural talent, too. And so I think that's what this film's going to dive into. And Antoine Fuqua is wonderful. I think he can do anything.
What else did he do?
He did Training Day. He did the Equalizer films. He did a bunch of action stuff. This is like
Okay.
his musical debut. And
Well,
I
you
think
mean
if you get
docudrama
like this is
debut.
gonna people are pulling for this film to be like the next Oscar, like nominate Best Picture next year.
I mean, it's about Michael Jackson. People, it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that his nephew is playing him. That's
His
pretty cool.
nephew is
I
doing
think
it.
that is really cool.
And at CinemaCon this last year in 2024, they showed some stuff to the audience, and the audience said, "Dude, the kid sounds just like him," and they're doing really.
They do have strong genes, though. Like if you look at all their relations, like Janet,
Yeah,
and his
she looks
kids,
just like
they
them,
all
too,
look
yeah.
like the same.
Yeah, that family's got good genes. Those Kardashians, they got
Not
great
good
genes.
genes.
You know?
I'm just saying they all look
Different
similar.
type of genes.
different type of genes. Worse genes, you know. But I'm excited for it. October 3rd is that one. Tron Ares. This is another Tron
I'm
film.
excited
Here
for
we go.
Tron.
You get Jared
We're getting into
Leto.
some good movies.
I think Jared Leto's the main character or the villain. I don't know.
I think he's the main guy.
Jeff Bridges is back, and so is Cameron Monaghan, who
Is Michael
is
Giacchino
Jedi
back?
Fallen Order guy as the Cal Kestis.
No, Chelsea, it wasn't Michael Giacchino.
What?
It was
He didn't
Hans Zimmer and Daft Punk together.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer did
Yeah,
Tron.
who did the soundtrack.
I'm feeling some
mildly-
intensities here.
I'm mildly intrigued by
We're
this.
just we really love the Tron Legacy a lot.
Yeah, Tron
love
Legacy is
that
good.
movie.
I don't know if this is gonna
I
be any
enjoyed the
good.
animated series.
That was alright.
Uprising. That
Yeah,
was a really
with Elijah
cool
Wood.
series.
It was alright.
What do you think, Frankie? Tron, another Tron film. They're going back to the well. You don't know Tron?
Not a
I
Tron
know
person.
old Tron.
Just
and
the old
I've been,
one?
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, I've been wanting to sit down and just watch the
Legacy's good.
newer
the,
one.
like remake
Yeah.
or sequel. that they
Yeah.
did.
And both times I went and sat down, I got distractions, kids
You
or
tuned
something.
out.
No, just like Luca was young, like a baby, so like I couldn't
Aw.
sit down and fully watch it, and it was just like, I don't care anymore type deal. So I've just missed out, and so now like another one's like, I've already missed one. I gotta go back and watch the second one
Rensler's just
first.
so freaking cool.
I get you. I totally. Also, it starts off like the first 20 minutes is really slow.
Yeah.
But dude,
To be
whole
fair,
film is
the
pretty
original
good.
movie is
Is
slow.
the
even
original is
slower,
really
yeah.
slow. Yeah.
So,
But I'm surprised Jeff Bridges is back.
I'm
Like,
not.
Really? Dang. Jeff
He could
Bridges.
be
was a
well,
copy.
no, he could be a clone or something.
Yeah, they copy and paste
Because
him.
the
that's a
character
computer.
in he's
Yeah.
a copy in
Yeah, it could be. Oh, that's
Like,
right.
Yeah, Clue was a
Yeah.
copy.
Clue was a copy of him.
That's true. Also, the guy directing it did Maleficent 2 and the worst Pirates of the Caribbean film. So I have no idea what else he's done.
Oh, that doesn't
He
bode
did
well.
Maleficent 2 and Pirates 5. Disney likes using this guy.
Well,
for
Disney
their-
needed a director, and they're like,
yeah,
hey,
they like, we need
Right.
a director.
Oh, look, we pulled out,
here you
reached
go.
our hand in the director pile. And we pulled it out.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys seen Black Phone 2. This is Black
I
Phone.
have
The
yet
second
to
one's
watch
releasing
the
on
first
October
one,
17th.
but everyone who's told me I need to see it, I'm like,
You should watch it. It's really good. It's like
yeah.
kind of a
What's
hard
Black
watch,
Phone?
but it's
I was
like good.
nervous
so
about it.
it's just where the
subject
creepy
matter,
guy,
yeah.
child predator, steals children and
Yeah,
locks them in a
that's why I
basement.
was like,
What's his name?
Oh.
Ethan Hawke is the main villain.
And the kids are
he
trying to
steals kids
escape.
and tortures them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
That's
that's
what
a
made me
whole-
hesitate.
It's a very specific kind of person. You got to know yourself to see this kind of movie.
It's weird. It's like creepy in
It's
that
gonna be hard
sense,
to
but it's
watch.
not like too much. Like they
Well,
don't show anything.
Someone told
but
me
it's
that
a good movie.
they don't show anything because it's
Like, you don't
PG-13,
need
right?
to be like.
Well,
I think it's PG-13, right?
the cool thing about it is that it has a spiritual side to it where like the kids that have gotten killed by him,
Yeah, they're in the phone.
Yeah.
they're in the phone, and that's
Right.
what the whole thing's about. Is about this kid who is captured talking on the phone, and all these kids.
I just need to pick a day I'm not like
Really cool.
sensitive emotionally.
bright, beautiful
You
sunny
know,
not
day.
sick.
Let all the
Well,
windows
I gotta gauge my
open.
feelings. I'll be
Let
like,
the
yeah,
cats
I
come
do
up
that
with
too. I have
you
days where I'm like, I can't
and
watch
just
this right
watch
now.
it.
Yeah, hug my
Like,
cat.
It's on, I think, Max or something. And I don't know what the second one's going to be about. The first one had a very definitive ending. It could be anything, honestly. It could be a new time period. 'cause
Everyone
this-
said it was really good.
the first
Yeah,
one takes
everybody
place,
said it was good.
the first one
Everybody
takes
I
place
talked
in the
to.
70s, and the dude who plays the kid's dad in the original like Black Phone is the guy who plays Baldur in the new God of War game. So that guy, I saw him and I was
What?
like, wait, the villain in the first
Yeah.
2018 reboot
He's-
of God of War.
that's
He's
interesting.
the villain,
He's in
and
a
he
Hollywood
plays
movie.
this like super abusive, like terrible, horrible father. But dude, like, I saw him and I'm like, holy crap, that's the guy that plays Baldur. And I was like, dude, no way, live action form. I can't. I'm assuming
This
CG.
made the movie 100 times better.
No, it didn't, but it was. It's a good film. I'd recommend it. So like, Black
You're gonna
Phone
go
2.
you wanna see
I
that
don't.
one?
Yeah, I'll see it. I'll have to see a trailer first, but I'll go see Black Phone 2.
See, that's the thing. There's not a lot of trailers for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah,
out
yeah.
yet,
There's
so it's
basically
hard
none
to
going
gauge it.
forward. Next we have Mortal Kombat 2 on October 24th.
What?
The guy who directed and wrote the first one's coming back, and you have Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. Sign me up. I'd be down.
The
You got to see the
only-
first one,
Mortal
right?
Kombat
yeah.
just
The
doesn't
first
have
one
a good
is good.
Okay.
like.
Compared to the original movie, it's good.
Yes.
It's like from the 90s.
Yeah, the one from the 90s was
Honest-
horrible.
It had a lot of camp.
Yeah,
A
I
lot.
think looking back at it now, there's gonna be some laugh factors on the old Mortal Kombat.
Where they like experiment with this new CG.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
it's
like
just
fighters.
it's so bad it's okay.
Is it
So it's not good. It's just
is it
okay.
worse or better than the Street Fighter movie? Because I've always wanted
I
to
didn't
watch
even
it,
know they
but I
made
hear it's
that.
bad too.
I heard that one was worse.
Like everybody has a love for the original Mortal Kombat for some
right?
reason.
Yeah.
And even though it's bad, like it's so bad it's good.
There are people who have a love for the original Mario Brothers movie.
No, I don't trust them at all.
'Cause
I don't
that's
trust them
nostalgia
around my
talking.
kids. I don't trust them around anything. Those people can go
don't trust
live in a
them with my
bunker
kids.
somewhere and away from society. We don't need them.
Yeah.
Just say, "Oh, I love
But-
original Mario Bros. Movie so much."
I feel like they did really good to the video game.
Yeah.
So the Mortal Kombat, the first one, was pretty good.
And the dude who plays,
did it good.
was it Scorpion or Sub-Zero, who was in
It's
The new
Hiro,
show
I know who you're.
Hiro
Yeah,
Yuki
I know who you're
Sanada.
talking about. Yeah.
Hiro-
Bullet Train.
Hiro
Yeah.
Yuki Sanada.
He's
He's the
cool.
only reason I would want to see it because he did he was a great Scorpion.
Yeah,
He was great.
It was,
But
good.
he's good in everything he's in.
I mean, you're making a movie with minimal lore from video games that are strictly just fighting. So
We watched.
honestly,
some of
they did really good, and it feels like you're watching, like when you're watching the movie, it just feels like you're in an audience and someone's personally having this epic Mortal Kombat battle
Okay.
with like extra cinematic. So it feels like if you two were playing Mortal Kombat and I got to sit back and just watch, but it was like 10 times more epic. That's
and
what
you're
it
like
feels
cheering
like.
for
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good in that respect. Like if you compare it to other movies, and we talked about this for the Game Awards episode, is it's really hard for me to like something like that, a movie, because it always feels like a cash grab.
Yeah.
Right.
And they don't
yeah.
always do it right.
Mhm.
And so when you see those subtle nuances or those little callbacks, then it does
It
tug at
shows
your
your
nostalgia.
nostalgia.
But it
Sonic,
shows that
like,
somebody
Someone
actually
cares.
enough to know these ridiculous details for no
Mhm.
reason.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about Sonic 3. Like,
All the Sonic movies do that.
Yeah, the Sonic movie,
especially the third one, like the song that plays
blew
in
my
the
mind.
Shadow game plays at a point in the movie, and I'm like,
orchestra, it's so
and an orchestra
good.
version?
So,
what?
see, I think that's crazy
Also, the
because no one else
guy
is gonna pick it out.
who animated the cutscenes, not the in-game cutscenes, like the cutscenes between chapters in the original
The
Shadow
cinematic.
game,
Okay, yeah.
animated Shadow and parts of the new movie.
Dang, okay.
I
And
know.
they got
He
his
got to
input
work on
because
it.
that was the first time Shadow was animated like that in the game, like cinematically. So yeah,
That's interesting.
A lot of
We
care
derailed
went
a little
into
bit, but I saw an interview with Keanu Reeves doing like, he's in the studio doing some voicing for Shadow. I was like, they're just playing off of Keanu Reeves' popularity. But when I went and watched the movie, I was like, he's like the perfect Shadow. Like
Yeah,
his
he's really
tone,
good.
his voice.
He's
Yeah.
just
So like,
I was worried
remember
about that too. I was like, it's just
right before they announced Keanu Reeves, the rumor was he was going to be Hayden Christensen, and I was like,
yeah, I remember
okay,
that.
that's
I
a
remember
choice.
being like,
it could work actually pretty well. Like you could make that work with Shadow, but I'm glad they went with Keanu because he fits
His voice
really
is
well.
deeper.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You need a deeper voice like Keanu's for that. So,
November.
like, have you seen the one more? Have you seen the meme where it's like Cyberpunk when it's like, "Wake the f up, Sonic! It's time to go." It's so instead of "Wake up, Samurai." Okay, Predator Badlands, November 7th. Prey, the hit that was on Hulu.
Oh
Dan
no.
So
Trachtenberg.
this is the sequel.
The same guy is doing a new Predator movie.
Oh.
We have no idea what the plot is. It seems to be in another set time period of history, and Elle Fanning's attached to star.
Oh no.
I'm intrigued to see what they do. Prey, I heard good things about. I want to see.
You haven't seen it?
I've seen the original Predator. But I
No,
haven't seen
Prey.
Prey.
No,
is
the-
so good.
I've seen Prey.
Prey, yeah.
I heard it was
Prey
good. I
is
don't have
really
Hulu.
good.
Oh, no, we do.
You have Disney
Now
Plus. You have Disney.
I have to watch several commercials.
Hit mute.
Okay.
So I
So-
don't have Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I do pay for Hulu, and I pay for no.
Yep. Same. Like
Well,
I
we
would.
can't afford it. So.
Like I do YouTube Premium. I cannot watch regular YouTube. These folks right here, these jokers that you're sitting next
Hit
to,
mute.
they watch YouTube on the TV when I'm hanging out their place, and ads, and I'm like, oh my god,
I just
oh
figured
my
they might
god.
hit mute.
Oh!
To be fair,
Like I
feel
curl
the
up in a
same
ball.
way.
I curl up in a ball.
I didn't used to notice it as much, and then going to like Cam's house and he has YouTube Premium and there's no ads, and then like if I cast a video, all of a sudden there's ads again.
Like once
like,
you
it's
have
night
like
and
once
day.
you get that like no ads, you can't
and
go
it's just
back.
like, I hate this. If you're making me pay for this subscription, I don't also like Amazon started doing
Yeah.
ads.
No, it
It-
sucks.
irritates the living crap out of me. I am glad that they keep them at the beginning of a movie or show, and you can see how long they're going to run. Oh, I'm going to go grab my snacks and do a bathroom break.
Yeah.
And then you can sit down and be uninterrupted. But like Hulu has them sprinkled in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
And that
I can't
drives
watch
me-
anime on Hulu because they do that.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's exactly why I pay to not have ads.
Okay, with anime though, because I'm used to just watching like.
Yeah. But like it ruins the movie.
Yeah.
Like
But-
even like Peacock, right? It's
Oh yeah.
That makes more sense to me because when I think Peacock, I think, oh yeah, TV.
The Office.
but it is,
Yeah.
but like I get it free and their subscription's cheap, but like through Comcast, that's who I have is internet,
Yeah.
and they have ads, but like during movies they just do a long
First
commercial
one.
at the beginning,
Okay.
and then you can watch the whole movie.
Mhm.
Shows they like. I'm an SVU fan, so like
Mm.
they do
Okay.
have two, but they're always in the same time frame. Right after the intro song. Law
and Order, baby.
And then as soon as that ends, commercial. And then like one somewhere in the middle. But it's not horrible, but like it feels like Hulu has them all the dang
Well,
time.
yeah, 'cause I'm
YouTube
watching-
has
Yeah.
YouTube has ridiculous amounts.
and
Watching Abbott
crazy.
Elementary, and that's the one where I'm like, okay, I'm accepting
it's
the
really
ads.
good though.
It's funny. It's really cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I watched on Hulu was when we did when we watched The Rock, because we had Nick's DVD and it was like the very first version of DVD. So like
God.
it was weird.
it 480?
It
It
was,
was
it was only in the 4:3 aspect ratio, but it was,
Was
a
it
wide,
double-sided, widescreen, and full screen on it?
but when I flipped it, it didn't do anything. So we watch it, I stick it in, and it's a rectangle square that's supposed to fill a regular square. So like I'm like, okay, but that's fine. But what's happening? So like we watch it and it's all black except for the very middle of the screen where it's like 30% of the screen's the movie.
I've never seen
and I'm
that
like,
happen.
what is this? So we
That
look
was a
it up.
bootleg from Mexico.
Yeah,
It was
Nick
like-
got it.
It was like an old ass DVD version.
No, he
of
got it at the flea market.
Well, no, no,
480.
Nick. He bought it immediately when it came out. He loves The Rock.
Yeah, it's
But
always, yeah.
dude, we watched it on Hulu, and yeah, you had ads sprinkled without, but it wasn't as bad as like I don't know before. So like we watched something on Tubi. Me and David, we watched Collateral. No,
Tubi has a lot of ads.
Tubi has a ridiculous
It's like
amount of ads.
TV.
We watched
It's a lot
Click or
like-
something on there, and it was like, oh, this is
I'm
terrible.
trying to watch West Side
This is
Story.
so bad.
Yeah.
Side Story's
You
on there?
definitely need to watch Prey
original.
though, because like I'm not
Mhm.
like Prey. The Predators are cool, but I'm not into like the.
The bro action
It's just
or Alien
too
vs Predator.
silly to
Sean.
me, like all the bro and the military thing.
That's
And then
part
when
of
they
the
did
appeal.
well, I tried to watch the
That's Schwarzenegger,
remake.
man.
I tried to watch the remake with
Oh,
Adrian
don't watch
Brody in it,
Oh, that one.
and it was like we're serious, but then it wasn't.
Oh,
And I'm like, this is
so
silly
many
too.
Predator and Alien movies.
there's a lot.
I'm a
I do
huge
like the
Alien
one-
fan, so I'll watch any Alien movie that comes out. And then this one, I'm like, well, at least it's a period piece, Prey,
Yeah.
and it's from the point of view of a native.
yeah,
who-
super interesting.
And like her
Yeah.
story's interesting too in it because like her brother doesn't believe she can hunt yet, and that's just the beginning. You're like,
Mhm.
bro,
Yeah.
she's got to live up against this thing that's hunting her. It's really good.
pretty cool.
I recommend
It's
it.
just
So
a cool take.
I
on
am
it.
interested in the next one, but I saw Elle Fanning. I'm not an Elle Fanning
if you
fan.
give
I don't
me
like
like
her in anything.
if you give me like Shogun Japan era with Predator versus the
Edo
samurai,
period.
that'd be what I'm on board. Or
You
like
know
maybe
they
in the
probably
Wild
already
West.
made a comic.
Like
of
give me
that.
some in the Wild West or something like that'd be cool.
The
but-
Wild West.
The Wild Will Smith is fight the Predator.
I listened to that song today.
You see the prospector
Sure, of
line.
course you did.
The
Of
monster
course.
in the mountains, and it's
All right, moving on. The Running Man is getting a remake on November 7th this year, directed by Edgar freaking Wright. I am so hyped because Edgar Wright's attached to this.
Okay, remind me what The Running Man is.
It's a Schwarzenegger classic 80s film.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like Total Recall.
Okay, I see.
About a future society. I honestly haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was trending.
But I
in the
do want to
80s.
watch it now because this remake's coming out. And you got Glenn Powell as the main lead.
I can't know trailers for anything,
And
so-
Josh Brolin in it, as well as Katie O'Brien. I
Oh,
mean,
Josh
I'd be
Brolin.
down for any of that. So I'm excited for it. Running Man coming out.
one of the writers for Transformers 1 is help writing it.
Hey, now you gotta watch it out.
Now you have to watch it, Ed. Wicked for Good. Wicked Part 2 is coming out November
Yes.
21st.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
John
excited.
and Chu, they've already filmed all of it, I think. And this is the second part.
did.
So there you go. Wicked.
I'm so excited for that.
What do you think, Frankie? Do you like Wicked? Do Do you like musicals?
Your favorite musicals?
I'm not a main.
Jake, did you cry?
No, I had
Oh, you
goosebumps
did?
though because the way they make you feel during the ending scene
At the
with
end,
the song
yeah.
and
See,
gravity.
that's
I'm
the
like,
showstopper.
oh
right there.
man, this
Yeah.
is awesome. You
It's
know?
supposed to.
Yeah.
So anyway, Wicked Part 2. I don't know why they're calling it For Good. Does that have something to do with the
It's
musical?
one of the songs.
It's one of the songs.
Oh,
It's
okay.
or that line is in one of the songs.
You should just call it Gravity and be done with it.
Just
No,
call it
that was in the
Gravity?
first one. There's no defined gravity in the second one.
I know, and that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about because I've never seen the original Broadway play. I just went to go see the movie, and I'm like, oh, cool. And I've heard
That's what I was
Gravity
curious
before,
about, 'cause you
but
had
I'm
never-
like,
yeah.
all I hear about the second part of the musical is that it's terrible.
No.
Or not as good as the first. And this
Yeah,
first
the
one was
first
really
part
good.
had all the good songs.
Well,
in
there's
it.
no showstopper in the second part.
The second
That's
one's
what I'm worried about.
darker.
There's no
It gets
showstopper.
darker.
Like I feel like no matter what they do, this second one's just going
but
to
it
be
still
worse
has good
than the
songs.
first.
It's still
Yeah,
very
it still got some
enjoyable.
good ones.
Okay, all right.
So
So
I mean, you're gonna come with us to see it anyway.
yeah, you'll take me to go see it. So
Good luck.
Mom will take everybody.
what? What'd you say,
good
Frankie?
Good luck.
Good luck, yeah. Well, also good luck to you too, because I
Oh,
hope
that's
I pray to God
Frankie.
Luca doesn't want to go see Zootopia 2 releasing
Oh,
on
I'm
November
excited about
26th.
this one.
They already saw the trailer.
Oh,
and,
no.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm
You are?
excited.
All right.
Yeah.
I love the first Utopia.
I
do
think
too.
there was a bit where I was a little bit younger and I was like, I can't stand kid movies.
Mhm.
Especially when you have kids. Like, I'm so tired of Moana.
Right.
Oh, dude,
right,
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
For us, it was Frozen.
yeah,
No,
for
That
us,
was worse.
it was
Oh,
Moana's
dude.
better.
I had a girlfriend that her daughter was super into Frozen when I was
Everybody.
Mhm.
Every
Well,
kid
growing
ever
up
babysat
with
that
you-
year.
Every
kid.
For the next 5 years.
But like Moana, Riley's was Cars. At least I was into that one.
That was his thing when
That
Cars
was
came
my
out.
thing when I was a kid.
So I'm sick
yeah.
of Cars because of him.
But
It's all my fault.
you know, that's the parents'
Yeah.
job to kind of like keep pushing them forward, right? Because then it was like,
Yeah.
okay, don't watch Moana every day for a year and a half. Watch, Cars, then Cars 2, then Planes. You know what I mean? Like watch all the other
Some variety.
Yeah.
No, but like the developmental brain though of a child, depending on what stage they're in. Like I did that as a kid. I watched the original Clue
Yeah.
every day for 2 months straight, and then when X-Men 2 came out, it did the same thing.
Yeah.
So like, I
done
mean, and now I watch Transformers 1 every day.
No, I haven't changed.
I've only done that
I never developed.
with one movie. It was the first reboot of Pirates of the Caribbean back in 2001.
The Black Pearl.
2000.
Yeah, oh
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
I
one.
went and saw it 3 times in the movie theater, all with different friends. They're like, oh, you want to go see this? I was like, oh. They're like, wait, didn't you actually go see it? Yeah, it was good. I'll go watch it again. And of course, that year for Christmas, I got like one of those cheap like home theaters that you get from Best Buy. And it had a DVD player. And I got that movie with it.
Wow.
So, I mean, it was
There
the
you
only
go.
DVD I had.
all
So
I
it
could
was
watch.
all that, and I didn't have. So when I got it, my room was not part of the house. We lived in downtown Chico, and it was this detached building with like a wall AC heater unit, and it had like a little loft, and that's where my bed was.
Oh,
So like
that's
my bed
pretty
and TV
cool.
up there, and then I had like a little sitting area down there, and so like. When I was tired of playing games, or I didn't have like we didn't have streaming, you didn't have anything else. I didn't have cable out in there, right? And so
Yeah. You just have your DVD player.
I just had Black Pearl playing all the time. It got to the point where like I would do accents and could say every single word of the movie line for line in
We've all done
sync.
that too.
Yeah.
But like that is literally the only movie, and it was because there was no other options.
Hey, but that's
If
a
you
good
were
movie
cool
to do
with
that
it,
too.
yeah.
though.
It is a good movie.
That's a great movie. to do
Yeah,
that.
it is a good movie. But
You never get tired of it, huh? Never.
I have not watched it in some time. The
I
last
think
time,
last time was you and me watched it. Or one night.
yeah, but that was like two.
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that's the first time I watched it in probably about 5 or 6 years.
Dang.
I think our
You gotta
mom
space
watches
it out.
it.
You've watched
Yeah.
it so much in your early life. You're like
Yeah.
every couple years. You know.
Yeah,
Our mom watches it probably once a year, and then she's
Yeah.
like, "No, let's watch all of it." So
Well, let's
because she
watch
likes
all
the
of 'em,
franchise,
you know?
so she'll watch all of
Yeah,
them.
she likes to marathon.
Same.
Yeah, so she'll watch that once a year. Avatar.
Oh man, she
James Cameron's Avatar will watch.
Yeah.
once
yeah,
a year.
she loves that. She watches Tarzan.
What's
Well,
the
she
one?
loves
What's the one she
Tarzan.
calls the monkey movie? Which one does he call the monkey movie?
Gorilla.
The gorilla film.
No,
She
it's
calls it-
Gorilla.
She's like, let's watch Gorilla.
She says
Let's watch
Gorilla.
Tarzan.
Gorilla.
And she's
Or like
like,
Tarzan?
No,
No.
wait.
Transformers.
Oh, I was gonna have Frankie guess what it was.
Oh.
Because
There's 5 different
Rise
gorilla
of the
movies,
Beast.
and one of and
we're like, are
she's
you talking about Planet of the Apes or what?
Yeah,
She's like,
Especially when the grandkids come
Tarzan.
over.
Which Tarzan? No, the transforming one.
Especially when the grandkids come over, she's like, let's watch the gorilla film.
The
And they're
gorilla
like, yeah,
doesn't
King
even
Kong.
show up. I mean, there's that bit in the beginning, but then he doesn't show up until like past the halfway point of the movie.
I don't know why she loves
The Transformers Beasts of
Yeah,
Rise
yeah,
of
the
the
rest
Beasts.
of
She
she
loves
loves
that
that
movie.
movie,
I don't
dude.
know why.
We bought her. Wait, no, did she buy it or
No,
did you
you
buy
Dad
it?
bought
Dad
her.
bought
a
her.
single
Her
changer
Optimus.
where you hit it and it changes.
Like
And
from a
she's
monkey
like,
to
she reaches over. Let's watch Gorilla.
gorilla. I think it's part
That's
of it.
not
too,
even
but
one of
she's
my
just-
favorite
she just
Transformers
loves it.
movies. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
I have the first one on Blu-ray.
That's the best
The
one.
very first.
Yeah.
I disagree. But
Oh, we're gonna get into it one day on the
But
podcast.
yeah,
Alright, we'll get into it
Zootopia
another
2.
day.
I'm excited
Zootopia
for
you
Zootopia 2.
I'm excited. I guess the first one had such a unique, cool message that I don't know what they're gonna do for the second one.
It's just fun to watch though now too, like all the different parts of the city, and it feels like Disneyland. It's really fun, and then the story is really cool.
Spoiler alert: the sheep was the bad guy in the first one.
You spoiled it.
They're probably gonna see her in jail in this one or whatever.
Yeah, but like that's the gold is like nobody would expect a cute little fluffy animal to be the bad guy.
I'm excited for new parts of the city because did you see the
that'd be
clip they
cool.
released at
Yeah.
D23? Yeah, where they go to like the southern the marshy area, and there's like they all like have this weird like accent down there because they're in the south, and it's
Yeah.
like, and they what is it? His name is Bubba or something. They're like, and that's how they talk, and it's like, what is happening?
All right, there's Zootopia 2. We're all excited for
Yeah,
it.
we're excited for that.
I'm excited about this one. We're going December. I only have 2 from December, and then we'll end it here. Five
All
Nights
right.
at Freddy's 2.
yes, boy.
I can't wait for this.
Everybody's
one.
coming
So
back for the
excited.
sequel. Josh Hutcherson, my
I'm
bro,
so excited.
is back.
We were already
I
theorizing.
love that
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
And you got Shaggy in it. I can't remember.
They already
his
got clips of Jim Henson's workshop
Who's-
of what they're working on, and so
See,
you
that's
know what's
so
going to be in the
exciting
movie.
when you see those. You're like,
name. What's the name of the guy who plays Shaggy again?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Sugar.
He was in Scream.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
Scream.
Adelaide's googling it.
His name
I can't remember. It's escaping
is
me.
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. Yeah,
You
he's
should
coming back.
watch his D&D games when he does like all these voices and stuff.
What?
It's so
He
fun.
does a
yeah,
D&D
he's a big
campaign?
D&D player.
Really?
I
Yeah,
would not
look it
have
up.
guessed that.
Toy
What the heck?
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Toy Bonnie in the Jim Henson workshop.
That's creepy.
Oh my gosh, I'm so,
So-
excited.
I'm excited.
So wait, where? You got to tell me again. He does a D&D campaign. Where do I find this?
Just YouTube it. Look it up on YouTube. Google
he
it
he
Okay.
guest appears on
on different ones.
What's that one with Matthew Mercer?
Critical Role?
Yeah, he's been
yeah.
on Critical
Oh,
Role.
Be on Critical Role,
really?
yeah.
Okay.
It was
Very
so
nice.
fun.
No
He does
offense,
a bunch of
guys, but
different
I'm in the
voices.
wrong friend circle.
This is the well. You all are millennials here, and arguably people have said I am, but I reject that.
You bring that up like every time.
I'm not a millennial. There are people call me that, but that's not me.
Lexi argues she likes to say she is a millennial because she was
She
born in
is
'99.
Not a millennial.
She was born in 1999.
oh my
the very
god,
end of
she's not a
it.
millennial. You guys,
I don't think it has to do with millennials. I think it has to do with just what you're into
What
because
fandom? Yeah, it's a
we're part of the
specific
fandom
yeah.
of Five Nights at Freddy's.
We
since
love the
beginning.
games.
you guys
Yeah.
have some
We love the
obsessive
games.
fans.
I
that
was
you-
there
that
when
you're
it
with.
was written.
I was there when it was
When Markiplier played the
Dragon
first one.
Booster, yeah.
And then I played that first one on your computer because you had Steam and I didn't. And then it glitched out. And before it updated and glitched out, and I got stuck on night 4 and I never beat it.
The first time I ever played it, I beat night 2.
I
So,
tried to play the first night, and I'm like, this is not for me. I'm
I've
out.
never played Five Nights at
It's
Freddy's.
like a
Don't-
timing
It's not.
thing,
It's
yes.
not good. It's not a good game. It's just a
What
cool.
are
it's
you
got
talking
cool-
about?
It's just got cool lore, and it's a cool
No,
concept.
it's a fun game.
and it's
fun.
really
I
cool as a movie.
It's a
remember-
timing
Once
thing
you
because you gotta
figure
try.
out-
You gotta try and guess.
All right,
what they're
all right,
doing.
all right.
Well, once
remember-
you figure out
It's a good
how
game.
to
Fine.
play it, once you figure out, like, it's like any game. Once you figure out
Don't
how
concede.
to manipulate it, you
Stop
it's
yelling at
fun.
me.
You're like, it's not a real game.
I
No,
remember.
it's a real game, but it's not good. It's not a good quality
believe
game.
you
That's
say
the
that,
guy who
dude.
loves God of War 3. So, like,
I actually never played God of War 3. But I love the God. They're far better than Five Nights. You can't compare them.
Yeah.
That's like saying
you can't compare them because they're different kinds of games.
You can't compare. You can't say you like films. You like Schindler's List. Like, how dare you? It's like,
Wait.
like that's like not
They're
a quality
two different
film.
kinds of games.
It's like what?
One's a next
Why are you bringing
gen-
Schindler's List into this? That is a really good movie.
What did it do?
No,
to
I'm
you?
joking. That's what I'm saying. They're saying you like you. How dare
He's
you
saying
say
you can't
it's not a
compare
real
the
game? You
two.
like God of War. It's like
I didn't
A lot of
say
people
it
like God
wasn't
of War.
a real game. I just said you have a different perspective because you like those type of high-end million games,
Yeah,
and this
AAA
was
games.
made
Yeah,
by
there's some
one
good
guy,
ones.
and it was
Yeah.
effective and fun. And then the way it's just evolved,
And you can replay
like,
it over and over again.
There's a whole book.
That's one thing I
series,
do like
there's
about it.
Everything about
But
it.
I'm just talking about. Let's not get into it. It's Five Nights at Freddy's.
You don't like the
design is-
fandom. That's
the
what you're
design.
saying.
No, the design is whatever. I don't know.
Riley
Frankie-
was into the game when he was little. I think
Mhm.
he was probably like 3 or 4. Him and his
Whoa!
little neighbor girlfriend would play it on their little tablets. I didn't know what it was, and so I was like, oh, it just never.
I mean, if they're not
like,
scared
it's
of it,
scary.
Yeah.
You know,
So I don't
It's
know.
pretty scary.
the lore is pretty freaking cool and dark, and creepy.
I did like the first movie though.
Yeah, the movie's good.
Luca was excited as all
Yeah,
heck
I'm sure he
for the
was.
movie.
you should
Dude.
let him know about this one.
He was like, Five Nights at Freddy's. Did you know there's a movie? And of course, it came out like directly to Peacock, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
yeah,
it
That's
did.
right.
Yeah.
And so he was so excited. He told me it was coming out.
Oh,
So we sat and watched it for
Aw.
movie night.
I'll
Like,
have to sit and
not
talk with
top
him
tier
about
movie.
it then.
Yeah, not top
'Cause-
tier movie, but it was a good
Yeah.
movie for all of us to sit and watch.
yeah.
It was good.
I'm interested what they do with number 2. I'm intrigued to see what you guys have to say later on. But yeah, the lore, there's so much they can pull from that. so.
Is there any more Disney stuff coming out in December?
Nope. Well, not yet. This is December of
I'm surprised.
Here's the thing with like movie releases right now. Like at this point in the year,
It's
nothing
too
is
early.
super
It's-
concrete.
yeah,
You
it's
have
way
like
too
the big
early.
hitters, like maybe the Marvel stuff's locked in. The
Moana
Disney stuff.
2 is supposed to come out.
Moana 2 came out last
It already
year.
came out.
Oh, yeah.
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 It'll be on Disney Plus soon.
um,
But the last one we have, and speaking of Disney,
Wait, isn't it Frozen 3 coming?
that's next year.
that's
in 2026.
Yeah, they haven't even
Yeah.
no
Or
news on that
They haven't
yet.
even have. They
If
say
there's no news, then
Well,
I
before we
don't
get
think-
into that,
I don't think they want.
let's go over.
2 movies to compete though, because Zootopia's coming.
So 1 second
Yeah.
before we get into that, let's dive and talk
Oh,
about
'cause
real
they
quick.
bought Fox.
Yes. So speaking
And Utopia's.
speaking of Fox,
yeah, their
Avatar,
Christmas is
Fire and Ash, December
I'm
19th.
excited.
James
I'm
Cameron.
Really excited. I
Me
love
too.
these movies.
There's the Fire. It was all good until the Fire Nation attacked. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what this
that's
is
basically
about.
what this
It's
is.
the Fire Nation Na'vi, and they are an air-based nation.
I want to
Instead of
see.
water, you're dealing with air and fire.
I
So
want to
that
see
seems really
lava
cool.
creatures. I love all the monsters. I'm a monster.
Is this the
person.
sequel to M. Night Shyamalan's?
Yes, this is finally Avatar
Okay.
2 by M. Night Shyamalan.
It's the blue people.
No,
It's
it's
number
not.
2.
I'm joking. This is James Cameron's
This
Avatar.
is James Cameron.
Yeah, but it's like it's supposed to be a sequel.
Yeah, from the Way of Water and Sam Worthington.
And they're doing different elements.
Yeah, they had water.
Yeah,
now there's
'cause the second
fire.
was a
Wait, I
Air.
didn't see. There was a second one then.
Yeah, Way of Water.
Way of Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch
It's
it.
really good.
It's really good.
It's
like
better
3
than the
3
first.
hours
Way
long.
better than the
I
first
think, yeah,
one.
it's better than the first one.
Just
Surprisingly.
because it doesn't
Wait,
have
wait,
those
wait.
Tropes in it.
Not Avatar Avatar, Avatar
No.
Blue People.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Avatar
Avatar
Blue
Okay.
People. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, just to-
That's
just to
why
be
I was
clear.
really confused because M. Night Shyamalan did the Avatar
And we're
movie,
like, yeah.
Sorry, Frank.
and I can't stand 95% of his movies.
James Cameron?
No, M. Night
know.
Shyamalan.
M. Night
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. I was like, James Cameron?
I marathoned a bunch of his
Terminator
movies
2?
while we wrapped presents. I cried at everyone.
Like, wait,
What did you crush?
James
What?
Cameron or M. Night
M.
Shyamalan?
Night Shyamalan.
I'm so confused.
You mean, okay, wait. First off, M. Night Shyamalan didn't, he just did a movie. He didn't do the series. Did you watch
No,
the
no,
series?
I watched a
The
bunch
series
of his movies.
was redeeming.
Yeah.
I was
Netflix?
like, oh, they're gonna mess this up, and it was actually pretty good,
Mhm.
especially after
the
they did.
last Airbenders.
Yeah. After M. Night Shyamalan did,
Shyamalan, no.
yeah,
Yeah.
his movies.
He's got $2.
his movies. I haven't.
What?
Continue, Frankie. I'm sorry.
I can't stand most of his movies. They are not a hit with me.
Trap is actually, I would recommend Trap to you. The one that came out last year that he did. His
Like a
last,
couple months ago, the one that came out a couple months ago.
his last big one is about a dad who
I didn't
takes his
even
daughter
know-
to
I
a
didn't even
concert.
hear about
I don't know
it
if you
till he
took
came
about. I
home.
don't know if you saw the trailer, but it's about a dad who takes his daughter to a concert. Turns out there's a bunch of cops around. He's like, "Hey, what's with all the cops around here?" And this guy, he's like talking to one of the
Oh, I did see
workers.
the trailer for this.
Yeah, and so he's the serial killer and they're trying to catch him, but he's also the dad. And he's like, "Would you like? How's this gonna work?" Really,
So it's like a thriller.
it's a thriller. Really
That's
good.
pretty much all.
I would
Shyamalan
recommend it to
makes.
anybody. Like it was really good. So
So what do we want to see in Avatar 3?
I just want to see air combat and more flying.
More
stuff.
air combat.
That's all I want to see. The
The
water
first
stuff
one
was
was pretty
cool,
much
but I'm like,
50%
I
air.
could do without it. Give me more other stuff.
I
I'm
want
intrigued to
lava
see
monsters.
all the relationships, especially with Kurik and the villain, and how that incorporates into this. My theory is that in Avatar, like 3 or 4, we're gonna get Kurik teaming up with Sully.
4.
Yeah, they're doing
Yeah,
a
they're gonna
4th and
do
a
more.
5th.
What the?
They are, and they've already filmed. So 2 and 3, they filmed together when the kids are young, and then they waited a little bit and filmed 4 and 5 together, and those are pretty much done as well. So now they're just gonna spend years doing the CGI on it. So that's what's going down with the Avatar films.
See, 2, like, if you've seen number 1, it's definitely a trope you've seen before,
Yeah.
where it's like the
Dances-
quote-unquote white
Dances with
savior,
Wolves.
right, and
Yeah.
Dances with Wolves
Wolves.
situation, which is fine.
Last
Because
Samurai?
they took
There you go.
that trope or genre and they did something different with it, right? So you're like, okay, cool. First one was exciting in the movie theater. I mean, when it came out, everyone's like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
that was
that
a blockbuster.
computer animation looks so
Yeah.
good. And then the second one, I'm going, how are they going to, where is this going to go? And he's got a goal. Like James Cameron has a goal for all these characters and like where they're going. And the second one really just kind of opened up possibilities of the whole world of Pandora.
Yeah,
And
I'm
like
excited.
have you seen the second one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's just like the water tribe.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called, but the water tribe and like how their ways differ
Yeah,
from
Yeah.
his tribe and
like
stuff
how
like
their
that.
laws work and how their culture. Like the tribes have their own different cultures, just like any country does.
I
and
thought
it's
the
so cool. to see that.
Payakan subplot with his son and the whale thing.
Yeah.
That was the best part for me. And then it all
That was
just
very Dances
perfectly
with
came
Wolves.
together in the end where everyone's just trying to save everybody else and people
Yep.
get kidnapped and people die. And
But see, that's
So.
the difference between James Cameron and M. Night Shyamalan. Is I have to have a stroke every time I say his name. I'm sorry. Yeah, James Cameron is unyielding in what his vision is and what the quality will be. That's why he waited 10 years. He's like, I'm not making it until the technology is there. And
Yeah,
this is
that's what he
gonna
said.
You know what I mean? Like he's unyielding. He doesn't want to release a cash grab. He doesn't want to.
Right.
So like when you. It's different than Marvel. Marvel is always going to be a cash grab, and it's going to
Right.
draw
It's gonna sell
your
toys,
your
it's gonna-
nostalgia. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's other things attached to it. When James Cameron makes a movie, he just makes the movie with what he's got in his brain and what he wants to put out for everybody else to
yeah,
see.
I wish I
Like,
had
that
that
is
creative ability to like put what you think in your head on there because I have such a hard time like envisioning stuff. So like, yeah, kudos to him. He's a genius.
Never doubt James Cameron. Like
No.
Terminator, Titanic.
Well, that's what I was
I was
thinking
never a
because
fan of
everything
those.
he's made has pretty much been
True Lies. Like holy
Big.
crap! Like
Yeah.
this guy is killing every time.
You're
he does
digging
it.
a little bit deeper. I don't think a lot of people have seen True Lies, but
I want to.
In this
I've
day
only
and
seen
age,
the ending.
nobody
of
knows
True
what that is
Lies,
anymore.
But I
You
loved
haven't
what I
even
saw.
watched
I love
the
what I see.
movie.
I love what I see.
The critic doesn't need to watch it.
No, I want to. I can't watch that. And
Good
28
ending,
days
the
later,
great
I
ending.
couldn't watch because
James
it
Cameron's
was
great
out of print.
director.
You can't watch True Lies.
Oh, that's weird. You have
Yeah.
a friend that owns 28 Days Later.
Now I know you have it. But yeah, now True Lies is on 4K Blu-ray, and so is the Abyss too. So
Yeah,
So,
I want to see some Dodongos.
yeah, what do you want to see? What? What?
in Avatar-
Doggos?
in Avatar 3.
Dogs?
No, like the lava lizards from.
Oh, okay. I said something else. I'm like, what are you
Jake's
talking
so
about?
throwing bombs into like the
Yeah.
mouth of the lizard or
Like
whatever.
Link
talking
goes
about?
flying by, and you're like, what
Oh.
the heck? In the movie.
Okay, before we go, I want to mention a couple things that are coming in 2026.
That's so far away.
So I know it's so far away, but we have Shrek
Well,
5.
allegedly.
We have Shrek 5 coming out. Everybody's returning for Shrek 5 after the new Puss in Boots movie. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Don't
Is
know.
it going to be any good? We'll have to
I don't
see.
know. I don't think it'll be the same unless they really surprise me.
Yeah. And just a year from about now, we have an animated Avatar The Last Airbender film coming out
oh yeah.
that takes place in between like Korra and the OG series where they're like young adults. So like Aang and the chick are married.
I
They have her
think
brother there.
it's-
Toph, the prince. They're all like older. And this
Yeah.
is like the guys who did the original series, which is now like on Netflix.
Did they
Netflix
announce
owns all of it.
What kind of animation?
It's
I think it's
the same
two-
studio
it's the
that
same
animated
studio
the
that
movie.
animated
It'll
it.
be 2D.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting to see what, and it's the original creators making this. So it could be.
Well,
But
they've
they
been
were-
wanting to do it for a
Yeah.
long time.
Also, I thought the movie that's coming out was supposed to be the next Avatar in the Earth. Nation? Is that the next one in the cycle?
Oh, in the Netflix series, I think so. Yeah, it would be Earth.
Book 2.
Yeah.
No,
Book
no,
two.
no. I thought the next movie because the first or
Netflix.
No, it's a series,
The
yeah.
series, yeah, the Netflix series.
but
yeah.
I thought the one that they're coming out the animated series because the original one was air and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Korra was water.
Mhm.
I thought it was supposed
Oh,
to be the
I
next.
see what you're
Earth.
saying.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to be Earth. I thought that was what was coming out.
I've heard something like that they're developing something at Netflix like that, like a sequel series. But I don't know anything
I
about
think they
that.
cut their ties with Netflix. The
Yeah, so the two creators
Yeah.
cut their ties with Netflix.
Yep.
They weren't part of the live action stuff at all, apparently.
which is actually came out
I
really
heard it was
good.
good.
I was really, really nervous after M. Night Shyamalan messed up the movie. But the Netflix did pretty good, I think,
Yeah.
for the first season of the movie. Same
So-
with One Piece.
Where's
they
my
nailed it.
One Piece season 2?
Yeah.
So
Human
also
production.
2026 we have the live action Moana, which is coming out.
Oh my god, I'm
so
not going.
The
I
Rock
wanna-
is
No.
Maui again.
No.
But I don't
They
think it's
could
gonna
have
be
just
good.
made this movie a live action to start with instead of making a second animated one and then making it live action. Like, stop trying to ruin stuff, Disney.
It's not the fact of ruining stuff. It just smells like desperation.
It's desperation.
Yeah.
Because
Or an ego
Mufasa?
stroke for Dwayne Johnson. Because I guess
Mufasa.
he was like
Why did
a
they do
big
Mufasa?
reason.
No, but at least The
That was
question
kind of
is
an
why would they
origin
remake
story.
Lion King in the first place?
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah, they're
the
trying
bridge
to
has
do
already been
something
crossed.
different.
Yeah.
At least with Mufasa, yeah, they're trying some kind of different prequel, which is somewhat interesting.
It's original.
Right.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not, but it is.
Which
It
is surprising. We're like, wow, Disney
Yeah.
actually made an original.
It's a
Like, out of
prequel
there.
to like the whole Lion King and the Kingdom of.
That sounds
the,
cool.
You know what you
like,
didn't mention, Jake?
Pride
What did I
Rock.
mention?
The new Pixar one, Elio.
Oh yeah, I have the list here, and you guys can bring up whatever you want to bring up. Elio, it's
I
coming out
am
in this year.
I'm excited for it. It's a animated science fiction movie.
I think it's
That's
gonna
what
be
I wanted out of
funnier. I think it's
Lightyear.
gonna be funnier than what they're showing. I just don't know about the story, but bring more original stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Pixar.
Few more, and then we're going. Mario Brothers sequel coming out next year.
Yay!
Yes.
So we'll see what that is.
Oh,
You know, I'm a survivor of the 80s movie.
are.
So I was really nervous about this. And then,
The animated one.
yeah, the new animated movie. I was really
Did you
nervous
like
about it. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, it's so good.
And so, like, their cast, before they showed any trailer or anything, I was like, oh, they just
Yeah.
brought in a bunch of
That's
big
what we were like
names
too. We're like,
to try and, like,
Chris Pratt? Are you kidding?
pull people in. And I did not think he would be a good
Charlie
Mario.
Day. Like,
And Charlie Day is Luigi.
but he's.
Oh, I knew
good
Charlie Day would be
perfect
good.
Luigi.
I knew he'd be
Great.
perfect Luigi.
He's
Perfect
great.
Luigi.
Oh,
I was-
no brainer for a Luigi's Mansion movie, like that one sequence. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, I want a
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion movie.
I was a little worried about Bowser and Jack
Mhm.
Black. Like, even
And
though
he's like
Jack Black,
actually
Murdered
gold.
it.
Yeah.
Murdered it.
yeah,
He
yeah,
nailed
they did really good.
Yeah.
The movie came out really good. So
What would we want
What do
more?
you, yeah,
like,
what do
in
you,
the
what's your
sequel?
guys' theory? What's the sequel? Are we doing Galaxy, Sunshine, Mario 64?
Well, Yoshi's gonna be in it.
Yoshi's
Yeah.
in
Okay, so
it.
Yoshi, like Mario,
That's
all we really
Super
know
Mario
about
World
it.
kind of plot.
Yeah.
Like,
I want them to flesh it out more though, because the first one, although it is good, it's a little bland, a little too safe story wise. So I want them to be a little braver about it and
I
really
want
do something
Island
crazy.
Delfino in the next one. Like, I want more tropical stuff.
They've already proven how they can take care of these characters because
Yeah.
Nintendo
Yeah.
trusted them, and
Yeah.
Nintendo was like, "We're not letting
And
anybody do
Miyamoto's
any
been
more
a part of
movies."
it.
oh yeah,
And then, but this
Nintendo's-
proved, and the box office proved that, okay, we'll let you do more. And so it's like,
Are we
okay,
gonna
you do something great.
get? Are we gonna get Bowser Jr.? Yes or no? Over under.
I don't want to see Bowser
If
Jr.
they do, they got some explaining to do because it's never been explained in any of the
He
lore.
comes from space. That's how we're gonna connect
He
to Mario
comes from,
Galaxy.
he was a little,
I don't know.
He's a little baby. Next in 2026 we also have Avengers Doomsday. I think that's gonna get pushed even further back.
Doomsday.
I don't think any of the Avengers films are coming out anytime soon. I think we have Fantastic Four in July, and that's the last
It's
one
like
until
Doctor Doom is supposed to be like the next Thanos
he's the
villain.
next big bad. Or RGJ's playing him. gonna be interesting.
Not a fan.
Yeah, not looking forward to that.
Last couple. Christopher Nolan's next film is an adaptation of The Odyssey with Matt Damon,
What do you know?
Tom Holland, and Hathaway. It's got everybody in there.
I don't think it's going to be a period piece. I think it's going to be a
Odyssey,
modern
like-
retelling of it.
What?
I think it's going to be a modern retelling of
What
it.
were we gonna say, Frankie?
like Greek mythology.
Yeah,
Odyssey?
Greek
Yeah.
mythology
Mm.
Odyssey.
That's interesting. Okay.
Zendaya's in it. You got Lupita
Lupita
Nyong'o's
Nyong'o?
in it. You got a
Oh,
ton
well, I'm
of
gonna
guess
folks
he's
in
in
it.
it.
Like
If Lupita
everybody's
Nyong'o's in it.
everything. He's Cillian Murphy's not in it, but he's got pretty much everything. Robert Pattinson in it.
Yeah,
isn't
Robert
it?
Pattinson.
Yeah, pretty much everybody.
But Robert Pattinson was in Tenet.
Yeah, literally.
and he did
everybody.
that.
Yeah.
And just the last one I wanted to mention. There's a bunch in 2026. Most supposedly going to come out. Oh, I want to bring up Clayface because this is a script that got greenlit.
I don't know anything about it.
So in DC, they're going through and they only are going to greenlit something if it has a finished script. So they're doing the Superman one. There's a Wonder Woman movie.
They're
Woman
not going to write it off like they did.
It just got revealed that Jason Momoa is going to be Lobo in the DC universe, which is super cool.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
And Mike Flanagan wrote an adaptation or an interpretation of the character Clayface.
Mike Flanagan did?
Yeah, he's doing it.
And it's going to be...
guys everywhere.
We don't know if it's going to be DC main thing or DC Elseworlds, like The Batman.
Doesn't matter. Just give me a Clayface movie.
He wrote the script. They don't know if he's going to direct it, but it's greenlit. It's a Clayface movie. We'll see.
I'm curious if he's going to make a whole new origin. Are they going to play with like the Daggett stuff? Are they... You know what?
I'm ready for some body horror, some Clayface body.
You know he's gonna do that.
The pitch
you know
is that
he's gonna
it's
do that.
a lot like The Fly. That's the pitch.
Ooh.
And I'm like, give it to me. Like that sounds awesome.
When you
Melting
said that, for
faces.
some reason, I thought it was what's his name? I thought it was gonna be the second Batman concept.
No. That's different. That's in 2027.
So this is something different.
This is my favorite Batman villain.
Hopefully
It's
they do a good
Clayface,
job. We'll
so-
see. Mike Flanagan, I trust. So
Yeah, I'm excited.
well, I think that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for being on this episode of Looking at the Movies of 2025. You guys got any last words or mentions or things we didn't talk about or what you'd like to say to the audience?
I think I just want to save my money till the later half of the year, honestly, for movies.
Yeah.
Because that's when most of the stuff I'm excited about.
You're really down for The Running Man, huh? Or
Yes,
Michael.
Jake, that's
you
what we're
know.
saving our money to go see.
So, Frankie, got any last words for the people?
What's your favorite movie?
Ooh.
Of all time?
Of all time?
Now, what's your favorite movie?
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess.
Of all
there's too many
time?
movies.
Probably still Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I love that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, give me the
Good
Fab
movie.
Four, like four movies.
The Fab Four?
Yeah, like on Letterboxd. Like, Letterboxd, give us your main four.
Okay.
I need to make a letterbox.
I would have to
account.
say Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Baby Driver is in there somewhere, as well as, I don't know. That's all I'll give you right now. Baby Driver and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. There you go. How about you, Frankie? 2 films
Yeah, pick 2 movies.
of all
I
time.
have 4.
Okay, go.
Okay.
You got 4.
He's
You
doing
know.
letterbox.
Go.
Tommy Boy is my all-time favorite movie. I love Tommy Boy. Gladiator,
Yeah.
V for Vendetta, and Interview with a Vampire.
Dang,
I'm
really?
really surprised about that
Okay.
one.
Well, speaking of being surprised, Adelaide, what's yours?
Transformers 1,
Transformers 1, and Transformers
My
1.
top 4.
Transformers 1, Transformers.
It fluctuates. I always used to say people because depending on your mood or how your mood fluctuates, like what's your favorite movies right now that you're into right now?
Mhm.
If I were to pick 3,
Okay.
number 1 would be Transformers 1.
Wow.
That would be the top one, just because it's
It's recent, you know.
it's recent and
on
it's
your
very
mind.
personal to me. Number 2, I'm still gonna go with iRobot
Yeah.
with Will
iRobot
Smith.
is a good movie.
I
though.
love that
Yeah.
movie, and hopefully we'll be talking
We'll
about
We'll
it
be talking
soon
about that in a couple episodes.
in a preview.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
Hopefully,
We're gonna be talking
on
about that
Snarp
soon.
Fangle,
I'm not
and
gonna be
then
Why,
number
is there a second one?
no,
we're
we're
gonna
do
do
an
2
episode.
films.
They're gonna do
We're
the
gonna
2
do 2
films
films,
thing.
and I'm not gonna say what the other one is.
stay tuned for
But
that.
iRobot's one of them. I'll tell you
then
after we're done
number
recording.
Do you want to
3,
borrow it? I have it in Blu-ray.
I do too. I got
Oh.
you.
I have it on
I got you.
Blu-ray too.
Hey, but it's still-
We all got that Blu-ray.
And your Tommy Boy's coming out in a 4K this year.
Time to upgrade.
Oh, time to upgrade.
Is it the Holy
Frankie's like-
Shnikes edition?
I have no idea.
You know what?
It's a
Amazon
collector.
pissed me off. I just
What
sorry,
did
I
they
not
do?
mean to cut you
What did
off.
they do?
I ordered Tommy Boy Blu-ray Holy Shnikes edition, and I did not get it.
Forgot about
I was
Oh.
so mad, and they're like, "Oh, but it doesn't say it in the description." I was like, "The freaking seller
the regular
has the
one?
picture." Yeah,
Oh my
Oh, it was
god.
third party.
That's
yeah.
dirty.
Damn.
There's so much. Okay,
There's
there
so
really
much
is.
scamming
There
on
is.
Amazon.
There isn't
Yeah. It's
so
terrible.
much more in the Holy Shnikes edition, but as someone,
But you're a fan.
it is my
Yeah.
favorite movie.
Yeah.
Aw.
For absolutely no reason. I just want to be honest. I don't know why, but it gets me every time. I love it. not the Holy Schnikes edition. It's missing random scenes. I'm like, oh, boys, watch this. They're going to do it. And it's like missing. I'm like,
Aw, sadness.
I feel for you, man.
Oh.
Well, what's your third one?
The only third one I can think off the top of my head has been a go-to since it came out, and it's Lightyear.
Really?
Featuring,
Interesting.
yeah.
So. You're so weird.
It's like a comfort movie for you, though.
It's a very much I've seen it over 20 times.
It's like a movie where you're like, I don't know what to watch. I'll just put that.
Yeah, I have it on in a loop in the background.
The first half hour is pretty dang good. But
that whole movie's good. What are you talking about?
For me, it was the last half hour.
And the twist is pretty cool. That's all. It's pretty much
Have you seen it? The Pixar one?
Lightyear. Don't watch it. It's not worth it.
I did. Technically, it was on, and I was supposed to be watching it, but I was also in charge of dinner, so like I missed a lot of it.
So,
when I sat back down, I was like, and it was just
kind
over
of
all of
a
a
stretch
sudden. So.
on how to describe it to people, but I've been wanting a Dead Space movie for years. And there's a sequence at the very end that is so
that's what I was
Dead Space
saying.
coded.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It's ridiculous.
That one moment was like, I was like, that's
it's beautiful.
Cool. Like, 'cause I don't like the rest of the movie.
You're gripping the edge of your seat.
Okay,
like,
but you know what would be happening if they made a Dead Space movie?
What?
Is they'd be doing the same thing as Until Dawn. It would be an homage to 80s sci-fi horrors that they're making a movie about a game that's about.
That's
80s,
about the
yeah.
homage. That's about the.
Yeah.
But I feel like Dead Space is more unique and original than I know it's influence,
Yeah.
but there's more.
there is more originality.
They made a Dead Space movie. They gotta have those creepy lullabies in the background score, like playing, like they had in the trailers.
That'd be cool.
Some of the stuff, because I haven't played 1 or 2. Like I played 1 for like 4
I made him
hours.
play 3 with me.
I played the first one for 4 hours, and then Adelaide's like, "You want to play the third one co-op with me?" And I'm like,
That's because it's the
Sure.
only co-op.
And so we played it. Actually, a really fun co-op
It's
experience.
so fun.
And it's
getting
really,
disconnected.
It would keep getting
yeah.
disconnected. But dude, I was surprised how good of a game it was.
Playing the
Co-op.
Stargate theme at the
Wow.
very end.
Yeah, we played the
probably
Stargate
helped.
theme at the very end of the film game when we played, and I'm like, this fits perfect.
It does feel like you're playing a movie as well.
Yeah, it's the
Dead Space
movie.
trilogy.
And the
does feel
stuff that there's like horror stuff that'll psychologically happen to me and her.
So
me and
it
her
was
character.
different when you played co-op in the third one.
So stuff
I
will happen to
couldn't see
her
stuff
that I
you was
can't see,
seeing.
but she's like walking around like, what the heck? And stuff will happen to me in like a cutscene and stuff, and she's like, what's happening to you?
There's
You're just walking
a
around.
part where I had to defend him.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to defend
was
him
so
because he
scary.
was stuck in like a psychological
And I had
thing.
no idea how to get out.
And so I had to defend him from all these necromorphs coming out at him, and it took us forever, but we did it.
See, I'm not a fan of. I want to be a fan of scary movies, scary games,
Yeah.
but I
Your
I
heart's
focus way too much,
Mm.
and so I jump really easy.
scared. Yeah.
Don't play mouth washing. Don't do it.
So like
It's bad.
got
we
jump
talked about
scares?
this before about phasmophobia and
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
in
so funny. I heard
VR.
that.
Oh man, scared the
You
living
were all
bejesus out of
alone,
me.
bro.
I know, was it? I was in a room full of people, and I'm just like
No,
walking
but
up.
playing alone.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm walking up the stairs, and I was like, oh, they're like, I think I saw something. I'm like, oh, you're being
Where'd
stupid.
you go,
Turn around the
Dad?
corner, and this ghost glowing red, like right in my face. Ah! So like, you know,
Aw.
Stuff like
I
that.
wish you could enjoy them.
Yeah. Chelsea,
Chelsea.
you're 3.
3. I
Yeah.
guess I got 4.
Okay, if you got
So
4.
what I
yeah.
tell the number one that I tell everybody is a perfect movie. A perfect movie. The only one I can really say that about is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. It's the second of the remake trilogy.
Matt Reeves, baby.
Caesar's
Andy
trilogy.
Serkis, Caesar's Journey. It is a perfect movie. It's the sequel to the first one, but you could watch it without watching.
Yeah,
the
you can watch
first one.
without. Yeah.
It's so good. The acting, everything
you
about
want
it
to
is
cut James
impeccable.
Franco out of his own movies? Come on.
It's not- yeah, he's not in the second one.
He didn't deserve it. He's okay.
So that one, I'm gonna say the original Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. I don't know why I love that movie.
It's
so much.
great.
I love that movie. I love everything about it. I love trying to figure out how they made it. I love trying to figure out who played in it. The acting is just so impeccable for like a cartoon movie at the time, and it's so amazing.
Are you gonna go see the remake this year?
No.
Okay. All right.
You know which one I would accept a remake for? Classic cartoons.
Yeah.
Sword in the Stone.
Oh, that'd be.
And not like a
Oh,
weird
yeah,
knockoff, not
yes.
made by Disney. Like if Disney's gonna make one,
Guy Ritchie's Sword in the Stone.
The Guy
Yeah.
Ritchie.
I just thought of that, like the King Arthur.
Yeah,
giant
because there's
snakes.
other ones that are like based on it, but they're not. You know what I mean? Like, but if you're gonna do a live action remake, this would be the one I think would be good, and you can make it a little bit darker because it's medieval times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And then I feel like Mama's that we talked about it on the horror movie.
Mama. Yeah.
I feel like that one. I'm just like I gotta recommend that to every single person I know is Mama. If you're into horror movies, it's scary.
And you don't mind child endangerment,
right?
You know,
it's a really creative concept, though. A creative concept. And then number 4, probably just because this is the actual comfort movie because I can't really recommend it to people unless you're really into old school like monster flicks where they were all like claymation.
Godzilla.
Is Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, which isn't even the best of Ray Harryhausen.
Oh yeah.
But it has so many. I love creature features, and it has so many. There's a Cyclops dragon fight, and the skeleton fight. He fights the skeleton. Like I can watch that forever. Like that's
from what 60 something.
It's like
maybe early 70s.
I'd have to look it up again.
I want to look
it's
it up.
The 60s
Because I want to see if it came out
Classic.
before the original Planet of the Apes or after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love all those. I binged all the Planet of the Apes for the first time last year.
The original.
The original ones?
The old ones.
I've seen all those too.
Yeah. And I actually liked the last
I was
one that I
surprised
guess everybody
that-
hates.
They're pretty good.
I enjoyed
Which
that last Battle for Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, but the one in like 2000 that had Marky Mark in it.
That one's cool.
The
I
Tim
like
Burton
that
one.
Yeah, but it actually followed in from
And
the
it followed.
original ones.
Yeah. And it did its own thing. And I thought that was really cool. Because it did a different twist, even though people thought it was lame. People already know the big twist in Planet of the Apes. So they did something different.
The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad came out in 1958.
Oh,
It's
older
old.
than the 60s.
Wow.
I love
It's a
it
good
so
movie.
much. The acting is so bad.
Well,
in
it's
that.
camp. It's camp.
It's so the acting is the worst part of it, but you don't go for the
Sinbad.
acting. You don't go for the hot Sinbad. You go
Or
the hot genie like
People do.
Go for the creatures. That's
you
what you're
go
there
for them. There's like 10 different monsters. He really Ray Harryhausen worked his butt.
Does that one have
King
a giant
Kong
bird
walked
in it?
so-
He's got Cyclops.
Seventh
He's
Voyage
got
could
giant
run.
rocks. There's like guys getting eaten. Like it's so cool. Like it's really cool.
Good stuff.
Oh, the Medusa lady.
The
Oh,
Medusa,
yeah, the Medusa,
lady.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And he did Clash of the Titans, and I will always love
Yeah.
Clash of the
That's a
Titans.
good movie.
I love Ray Harryhausen movies so much. Like, they're so good. Yeah, those are mine.
What are some? That's some wonderful lists you got there. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Did you already said yours?
I only came up with 2. I'd have to look at my Blu-ray shelf to see what I have. 'Cause I
Yeah,
always
it's gotta be in
forget.
front of
It
you.
was Mr.
Like,
Smith and
Mr.
Baby
Smith
Driver.
and Baby Driver, I guess. I don't know. Like,
Any animated ones?
ooh,
Yeah,
For a while, the perfect animated movie for me was Into the Spider-Verse, the first one.
that's
Because
a
it
great
really
movie.
surprised all
that's
of
not
us.
on my 4, but it's dang good. Man, I'd have to think about it. I know I'm gonna listen to this.
And you're gonna be like, oh,
as
I
I'm
should've
editing this,
said
I'm gonna be
that.
like, I'm gonna be editing this on my computer, looking behind me and looking at the shelf, like, why did you say it, dunce? Like, you idiot! Like,
You idiot.
You're
So,
like beating yourself up.
yeah, I'm gonna
literally.
beat myself up as in
I
front of.
just rewatched Up for the first time in a long time.
I was
Good.
gonna.
That
That
is
was one of the
good
ones I was
movie.
gonna watch
Good
while
movie.
rapping.
That's a good movie. Well, we thank you for listening to us ramble on about the upcoming slate and movies in general. We hope y'all at Snarp Fangle land, wherever you may be on the interwebs, have a good day.
Is that your new
and
theme park?
It could be one day.
Snarpies.
Frankie's.
Yeah, it's gonna end up looking like something like Five
Frankie's
Nights at
Tommy
Freddy's.
Boys. Frankie's Tommy Boys roller coaster. That's what
Frankie's
we'll call
Tommy
it.
Yeah.
Boys roller
Oh
coaster.
boy.
If you
And it has to be a ride named after all the guests.
we hope you have a good day and Snarp Fangle on.